Hello. Welcome to Tales of the 20-Sided.
Hooray! Whoop, 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 whoop.
We thought we'd do something a bit different. We have, how many episodes in are we now? 40 nearly? 40 odd?
36.
36. And we've never really done a proper recap.
Yep.
Which we are in the works of figuring out to put on YouTube so that people can catch up a little bit easier. But we thought we'd just do a little chill and a chat and go over bits and pieces that have happened and the characters and just see how it goes and have a little laugh with you all. So, welcome. Glad you could be here. We're still doing a couple of little bits and pieces beforehand, aren't we?
Are we?
With the normal stuff that we normally do?
Oh, a couple of, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember which ones we do.
But... Ollie, you can do yours.
Yeah, if you've got Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch, and you get one free sub to any creator on Twitch for 1 month. It does not auto-renew, you have to physically do it yourself. If you just go on to subscribe, there is a little button to say pay with Prime. Click it, it's completely free, it doesn't cost you a penny, gets you all the perks of being a subscriber, or a tier 1 subscriber anyway, and helps out creators like us, and doesn't cost you a penny.
And we did have someone sub within the last 5 minutes, but it hasn't popped up who, so if you don't click to notify the... Oh, we've just had a gifted sub as well from Totsaros. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
But yeah, if you don't click to notify, then we can't thank you. But thank you anyway, whoever it was before that one. We love you. Ed.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Say some stuff. Yeah, please.
We now have 2 campaigns on the go. We have the marked ones normally every Saturday. This is a slight deviation. And then every Wednesday, we have started Curse of Strahd. So, if you want to continue with us in this wonderful exploration to lose magically created world, or lose other magically created world of a reimagined Barovia, then you can catch new episodes of Marked Ones every Friday at 8:30 following the stream. And you can catch new episodes of Curse of Strahd 8 o'clock on...
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment, on Tuesdays. You can find us on YouTube at Tales of the 20-Sided. Please can you subscribe and like and comment on our content. It really helps us with the algorithm. I know Lou responds to all the comments. I think a number of us try as well. You can also find all of our shorts on YouTube as well. They're coming out periodically. So, yeah, ring that bell to make sure you don't miss any of our content. This is the content I've been talking about constantly for, I think, like a year.
Yoo-hoo!
At the moment, YouTube has loads going on. We've got so many, like 3-4 shorts every day. We've got the cheese one-shot's just gone up, if you haven't seen it.
Yes,
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
We've got the Curse of Strahd one. We've got the marked ones. Like, we've got so much going on, and more in the pipeline as well. So we can start teasing with that again, Ed, if you want, because we do have more stuff that we're in the works of. Martine.
Hi guys. So yeah, as Lou was just saying then, in regards to shorts, so we have content over on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, Twitter. Basically we're most active over on like TikTok and Instagram, where we put out like shorts from the, like highlights from the streams and one shots and extra just little bits of funny content, memes, etc. Just having a bit of a laugh and a bit of fun over there, like we kind of do in sessions. So it would be really helpful if you could all go over, just give us a like, give us a follow, and just help a brother out.
Can you do that all again, but in your voice you did for the cheese one shot?
My brother! No. Absolutely not. Vocal cords are still recovering.
Yeah, so check us out and have a look at what we have on offer. but today we thought we would catch you up on just where we're at with the marked ones. The story so far, getting to know the characters, getting to know bits and pieces. Where to begin? We started it like a year and a half ago now. It's been a while since we first started streaming. And the stories started in Ephani, which is my little world that I've created. And a fog took over. Ed, you're pulling a face as if you want to ask me
I was
something.
going to ask if you wanted me to put a map up.
Yeah, whack a map up. Why not?
Okay. Keep talking. Oh, give me a sec.
Okay.
You mean like
Okay.
the
I'll
map
have it a-
that's behind your head?
I'll have.
This
Yes.
one.
Yes. I need to download the new one.
Point to it on the map behind your head, Lewis, like a weather girl.
Yeah.
So we
Over
started
here, you will find.
over here somewhere.
Yep. And we got precisely about an inch on that map so far.
Is it the actual map? Yeah,
That's the map. Yeah,
Oh no, I always thought it was, but then I was like, is it like?
it's just got no place names on it, but yeah, it's the map.
Can't believe it's been a year
Oh,
though.
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's been a year and a half,
Mental.
over a year and a half now. If anyone does have any questions or stuff they want to pop in chat, feel free. We're just chilled and chatting today, so if anyone wants to chat with us, pop in chat. We'll answer your questions. We will laugh and take the piss out of Ollie as much as you want us to.
We'll do it anyway. No, you don't
yeah.
have to ask.
So yeah,
Might
the stories.
Might even treat you and get your knees out.
Oh, please.
God.
don't tease that much.
It's a tease, not threaten them.
So yeah, we started in a place called Eldoria, which is a big city. The guys didn't know each other. They were randomers going about their day, doing their jobs, getting fired from their jobs. We'll move on to that slowly. And a fog hit, a mysterious fog, while they were out and about doing their bits and pieces. Why don't we, on that front, talk about some of the characters, or all of the characters, even in just a little bit, and then we can talk about how they were during that session, how they were around the fog, and the stuff that was going on in Eldoria.
Map up.
Beautiful.
Oh,
You can't really see much stuff.
We don't need loads of detail. There's a map there that's...
Actually, no, I can technically zoom in.
oh, there we go.
There's
We're
Eldoria
travelling.
in the
Here
middle.
we go.
Oh, look at that.
So let's start with, as we spoke about, someone was working and got fired from said job. Maeve. Let's have a little description and talk about Maeve.
Wow, after that emotional damage that you just thrown at me.
You're welcome.
Well, when we started, Maeve was pretending to be a wood elf, which it has since turned out that she is not, in fact, a wood elf. She's something else.
She's what?
But yeah, she something else entirely. Gosh, what? Yeah, she did pretty bad at a job that day, didn't she? She broke something and dropped it on the floor. Got sent to get some food, which she never returned with. Yeah, because she ran off into the fog. Yeah, wow, God, seems so long ago. What do you want to know about a description?
Let's have a little description of her, yeah.
She was in summer then, wasn't she? So Maeve changes seasons. And when they first met her, when she was pretending to be a wood elf, she was in summer. So she looks kind of like an elf, except some features are a little bit enhanced. So she's got elongated, more kind of pointed ears. She's got quite delicate features. She's got kind of multicolored eyes. that look a bit kind of glowy, I guess, with magic. They look a bit, sparkly, glowy, I don't know. It's got dark brown hair, but when it moves, it kind of reflects different tones of reds and oranges. So it can kind of look like autumn leaves or fire and things under the lighting. She has usually lots of trinkets and things around a belt or in a pocket that she will just pull out of random places. Don't you fucking say anything, Ollie. I saw that face. It's a necklace in the artwork. She does have a tattoo, but I don't think anyone has seen it yet. So yeah, it's just a necklace in the artwork. But yeah, that's Maeve on that first bit. She looked pretty normal then compared to some of her looks.
And around that, obviously, she probably had the saddest introduction for herself with what everyone else was getting up to. How was Maeve in that first session? Sad, probably.
No, because it wasn't the first session where she got fired, was it?
Was it not? I don't know. It's been a year.
No. It was a few after, I think, because it was we obviously went to like Jeremiah's work and got food, which is what I took back.
Yes. That's true. Yes.
And then I can't remember if it was first session or after that, but yeah, when Maeve got back home, her boss, well, one of them wasn't best pleased with her. And yeah, they fired her and threw her out, so she had to go back to the pub, crying and ask for somewhere to sleep. So yeah, she was very upset.
I have a slightly cheeky question about
Cool.
what was your relationship with the male boss? Because his wife hated you.
It did seem like a bit.
Was
of
there
a
any? Was there
mistrust.
was there some smoke with that fire?
No.
Or was it the other way around? Was there some fire with that smoke?
No, yeah,
Feel
it was just
threatened.
no, nothing like that. It was just just a sweet and bit eccentric kind of guy, really. Bit eccentric and things. So I guess kind of Maeve kind of person for that kind of craziness. But no, nothing like that. I don't know if she just didn't like that. I don't know why she didn't like her.
How did
Yeah,
Maeve
you'll
come
have to ask
across
Lewis. I don't know
Suddenly
why
it's
she didn't like
decision.
her. Yeah.
Did you? Do you know when? Go on, Martin. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say, how did Maeve come across her then boss? I don't know if she told us. She might have done, but I can't remember.
No, she didn't.
She didn't. Oh, okay.
So,
I'll write that in my notes.
Obviously, now that you all know that Maeve is from the Feywild.
Yeah.
Shut
she
the
came
front
over.
door.
I know. She came over about a month before the fog. And she's a skilled artist, is Maeve, believe it or not. So she was pretending to be a jeweler and get a job for somewhere to stay and kind of blend in a little bit so that she could have a look around for things, make connections with traders, people that would know people trading different kind of antiquities and objects and
Smart.
things of importance. And Zephyr happened to have a job for an apprentice, as well as an empty room because his daughter was away at college. So they offered Maeve that room, and that is how she got her job. And she got fired after a month.
I've got a question. Did you, obviously knowing what we know now, how difficult did you find it trying to keep, obviously, your background more secret? So, like, we know now, like, you can't give your name away, for all the rules and regulations. Do you find it really difficult to keep everything, like, as secret as you can until the big reveal, or were it easier than what you thought, or?
There's only a couple of bits that I found difficult, and that's because I'm Yorkshire.
Okay.
Obviously, fairies can't say thank you, and I say thank you a lot.
Right, yeah.
So having to stop saying thank you, that's the bit that I found hard, and I kept trying to catch myself of like, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, I think other than that, it was just the thank yous that I struggled with, whereas the rest of it, I don't know. Yeah, the rest of it I just kind of
Fell into.
rolled with.
Because I was going to ask that, just like the follow on to that, with how difficult was it keeping saying the truth with it, as we know Maeve does, and having to hide stuff.
Some of it I had to think about because it's like I say, I know when everyone asked of like Mary's lying, it's like she's not. She is in fact telling the truth, but it's a twisted version of the truth.
You did well with it. It never seemed like you were having to think about what you were saying. You just flowed.
That's good then. That worked well. But yeah, sometimes I did have to think of how do I tell the truth with this, but that it's going to hide it. And I think sometimes when I couldn't think of anything, that's when I was just like, yeah, so this thing over there. Or I just speaking riddles, which all of you just kind of looked at me like, what are you on about? So it was either twisted truths or I just like went off on a crazy tangent and confused you all.
I don't know if you've seen, but Sam asked, why did Maeve leave the Feywild in the first place?
Maeve left the Feywild because her mother sent her over to look for an item, which Maeve has not found nor seen really anything of. Was there something on the log for the Velvet Blade log that sparked her interest?
There was, but I don't know if we looked into it properly in session.
Yeah, I don't think we did. I think when we were kind of sneaking through the warehouse, Maeve looked at a log for like the Velvet Blade for where all those boxes were. And there was something mentioned in that made Maeve think that's possibly it. But yeah, she's looking for an item of her mother's that's gone missing, and her mum sent her over to look for it. Have I said what it is? Or we don't know what it is because it changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I believe you said what you have been told that you are looking for.
Yeah, it's a magical dagger, but it could look like anything, basically. So it's hard to find. But yeah, so that's why she came over, is to look for that. Hopefully find it. Otherwise I don't think her mum will be happy.
No, possibly not, no. But you can just send Kef in there and Kef will sort her out.
Here's the tribute.
Sort her out.
He was mentioned, but let's pop over to Jeremiah.
Okay.
Kef's going to have to be last because he was kind of like the last one that arrived out of you that are here. So just bits and pieces about Jeremiah. Give us some little bit of description, a little bit about Jeremiah.
Okay. Description. So, God, how old did I make him? I think so he's mid-20s. You don't think about ages that much, I'll be honest. But yeah, so he's in his mid-20s. He has black curls, quite wavy, somewhat frizzy hair that comes down to roughly to, say, chin level. Some of it touches the back of his neck at the back. His eyes are metallic silver. And I think he's got quite pale skin, but I think one of the most distinguishing aspects of his appearance is he has a whole slew, that's the right word, of metallic golden freckles across his face. Mostly zone. Pale skin, freckles. He typically dresses in. He has leather armor and some black robes, and with trims of blue and a blue scarf / cowl, which he uses to conceal his face if he needs to. I'd also say his 2 short swords also add to his silhouette. I wish I could say they remain static in one place in terms of where he stores them, but it constantly moves in my head about whether he stores them on his back or his belt. So I like to think he's got sheaths for both in both places. And he carries a short bow, I'm pretty sure. That's his appearance. Although, I suppose I should also mention, sometimes when he's feeling stressed or other times he is yet to figure out, blood pours from his eyes and his nose and his mouth, and his eyes turn into bottomless pits of blackness, and skeletal wings appear from his back. And then, more frequently, they are now feathered wings, and blood no longer leaks from orifices. And
they were rainbow during Pride Week.
Yeah, I was just about to say what colour though.
Yes. And they were rainbow during Pride Week. So Ephani believes in pride is an ally, which is wonderful. They are. I think they're white. I've never really thought about what colour his
White.
the wings, but yeah, white makes sense. And I think his eyes are still black. Yeah. Yes, I think that's everything about his appearance I can think of.
And
was the wings and the black eyes, was that your design, Ed, or was that
it was
Lou's?
actually.
Okay.
So I definitely, because obviously mechanically we all know he is an Asamana blood hunter. Jeremiah does not know that. Yes. God. However, I guess I can go. When I was talking with Lou about my character concept, and I was looking into how blood hunters came to be, I forget what initially gave me the idea, but in the lore of the blood hunter class, they go through a trial called the Blood Rites or Maledict or Crimson Rites. I forget what it is. I'm annoyed now. But they go through a process, they're based off witches. They go through an alchemical process that makes them become blood hunters. And I thought about what if he didn't know he'd gone through anything? What if he hadn't chosen to go through something happened to him that he's now the result of? So when I was speaking about this with Blue, I pretty much gave him carte blanche to, this is what I know about him. You can have everything else and do what you like with it. So pretty much the only things of my backstory I wrote is his time in Meridia and his parents finding him with Jerix at the ambush cart. Everything else is all down to Lou in terms of the species and all that kind of stuff.
Sam has asked about his wings. Can he summon his wings, or is it situational, and will he eventually be able to summon them if not?
He can actively summon them. He is limited. Mechanically, he's limited to doing it once a day. However, I'm sure if I felt, and if Lou felt the moment was necessary, or if it worked quite well, we could probably go beyond the once-a-day limit. Lou also has control about when they come out, regardless of what Jeremiah wants. They last, I want to say a minute. When Jeremiah summons them, they last a minute. However, when Lou summons them, they last
however long they want.
Yes.
Did you find it like, because I know, like you said that like you didn't write that much of your backstory and you gave up like the majority of the free reign to Lou. Did you find that difficult? Because I know how in depth you go with your character, like backstories. Like you'd have to give up a lot of that control.
I have
Like,
come
did you find that
so
hard?
since Lou first got me as a player. I have come so far in terms of my backstories,
I'm just scuttling around in the corner of the room,
and I
writing up
feel,
character descriptions.
upon reflection, and watching some am I the arsehole Reddit posts about TTRPG players, I realised it was unreasonable to expect my DMs to be reading that much backstory.
No, I was going to say novellas, but that doesn't give it justice.
Um,
Yeah.
I think Lou helped me realise. I think especially with a DM who's willing to work with you and incorporate aspects of your backstory into a campaign. I think when I previously had DMs who were more focused on the campaign, the pre-written campaign, and not incorporating much of your backstory, I don't know. I felt like I had this story to tell with my character, and I knew it wasn't really going to happen in the campaign, so I just kind of wrote it myself, so that at least what the idea, the inspiration I had, could still be fulfilled in some way. Also, I like writing, and my experience of writing these types of things, it was at length, so it just kind of translated over a little bit. So sorry, Lou, but
Oh, you're good.
for Jeremiah, I've got his backstory up on my screen there as I was just rereading it. It's only 2-3 pages, and I also provided Lou with a bullet point list of the salient points, which I've started doing now. And then
So, tip for any players out there from ADM: we don't need a novel. Give us bullet points of the important bits of your backstory. They're nice to read. They're lovely to read, but the key salient bits that I'm going to include are the bits that I need. Personally, I think most DMs would probably agree that we don't need 4 A4 pages of text.
But I didn't find it difficult giving over that much control to Lou in that aspect, because like I know it's like saying I gave up aspects of the backstory, but like it was stuff I didn't really need to write about, because like I pretty much wrote his childhood and like growing up with his mothers and in Meridia and how that was and how he felt to be an obviously non-human, and how people reacted to him. And I don't know, I like looking at personality, and the way I create characters is kind of from birth upwards, and how their experiences as a child have shaped who they are now as a player character. I just let Lou go crazy with kind of the wider strokes of what group does he belong to and what this could mean. I think it worked quite well. I'm quite happy with what Lou's done. I'm really interested. He did so much, and there's still so much to find out. Like we've recently found out that he is a Velsar.
On that note of finding stuff out, because obviously Maeve's done a whatever it is
Done a
that
lot.
she does. How are you finding that? Like finding the stuff out? Are you enjoying it, or is it like? Yeah,
Am I enjoying it, or is Jeremiah enjoying it?
Both.
I'm loving it.
Because obviously he got the ring after, didn't he, to block her? So
he didn't. That was a magic item we found just randomly in one of the dungeons. I think I remember a battle map, and I remember Pebble was just appearing, I think, from a secret door.
Yeah, that was with what was her name?
Was that the one with what's her name? That
It began with an R. Yeah, that she massive. Rika.
Not the same one where Marty's character died about 20 times.
Yeah, before
No,
realised
like
that he had cunning dodge.
Yeah, that's the one.
God, yeah, that's
uncanny dodge.
Cunning action, uncanny
that
dodge.
was no offense, Marty. That was
uncanny
painful.
action.
Whatever.
I forget if we found. I forget if he found the ring on her or in the room, but he found it. Obviously, I didn't have identify, but when he attuned to it over a short rest, he found out what it was, and he was like, "Yeah, this could be interesting or fun." down the line. And then it took 20 plus sessions and hundreds of hours to get to that point. But I'm loving it. I have a whole couple OneNote sheets dedicated to all the clues given so far. And for those of you who don't know, we had a 1-to-1 with Lou before the campaign started with our characters. And I don't know about what all of yours were like, but Jeremiah went through a trippy mindscape, dreamscape, Inception type bullshit. That also included a riddle / prophecy / something.
Nice.
Okay.
And he came out of it with physical items, and he still has no idea what the hell that meant. And Jeremiah doesn't know what to make of it still. That's why he hasn't really brought it up. But I think that's where he found out about Thoreau, because
It is, yeah.
at the end of it, this bard who had been giving this riddle or prophecy or whatever it was, he'd vanished, and left in its space was a business card with Jerix's name on it, and on the other side was the name Thoreau. No, it wasn't Thoreau. It was a sim.
Thoreau was on the card. There may have been a symbol on there. It was like 2 years ago. I'd have to look through my notes.
Business card, Jerix Valentine, then another card that said, oh yeah, Jerix Valentine, and an address, Thoreau.
I think
Right.
you did show us that. I think
I have a
because
card.
I
He
Look like
showed-
something
I
with
think
like
he-
a logo and things on
He
it.
has a
Yeah.
signet ring from Jerix, and I think he showed that
that's the one,
to
yeah.
to
And that's the
not 260,
symbol.
Misha, and Misha recognized it as Thoreau.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've talked about the card though. You've spoke. It was either you've spoken about it, or it was in one of Maeve's looks into his mind.
Yeah.
So we do know about the business. We do know about the business card.
Jeremiah's a bit conflicted about the information. On one side, he does want to know. He just didn't expect it to be so much. To be some sort of potentially divine race that apparently had a war with a wooden mechanical mechanoid army of another species. I think he kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say he regrets finding out. I don't think he was prepared to find out. But I'm loving it. And me and my dad theorize about everything.
I love the theories. I think they're great. They are a lot of fun. Jeremiah got a glow up. Jeremiah clearly is the storm that is approaching.
Is that a reference to Thursday?
No, because it's not one of our players. Talking of the war, Misha / 260 seems to be on the opposite side of that. Race, what's it like playing two different characters in the same body?
It's interesting. It's very interesting. I've got to be on my toes because, which people don't realise, which everyone that's watching, Lewis will literally send me a message just as it's about to start, as saying 260 or Misha, and then I have to
Sometimes
flip
it's
between.
just as you're about to wake up as whatever character it is, and I will message
Yeah.
during session while we're streaming and tell you which one it is.
I'm sure you do it on purpose, you fucker, as well.
Yes.
But yeah. So I have to be very, very, very on my toes, ready to change characters and personalities. So yeah, it is interesting. It's very, very odd, but it's good.
Can you give us a physical description of the ever-changing face of Misha / 260 now that he has glasses and a moustache?
Let me
Yeah,
switch over
yeah.
to...
So I think originally we had him as a 7 foot tall. It's not exactly a Warforged, but he's based on the Warforged race. He's made out of wood mechanically, and at the minute he found a suit. I believe he found that when one of the quests that we're doing, he found a suit, put it on, the burgundy suit, which made him look really cool. And I think
that was like right at the beginning. It was it was when we were getting dressed up for
the ball, wasn't it? The ball.
It was in Lost and Found at Jeremiah's tavern.
It was before the ball.
Yeah.
It wanted when we were going to the general's house. We couldn't get through the gate to get to the general's house.
Oh my!
Oh yeah.
Because of how they were dressed.
Yeah.
So they sent us away. We had to go back and look for some clothes to like make them look.
It was the fancier area, wasn't it? So it looked the part.
Yeah, because for the ball we all got like brand new. Outfits, but that was because they wouldn't let you in because you had like bandages or something like.
That's it. It was just like it was just a quick wrap, weren't it, around it? Because he wasn't bothered about clothing at that time. And yes, Sam, it was Cujo. I think I bought the moustache as a gag, wasn't it? A bit of a funny gag. Is it pinged off?
Yeah.
And then Cujo.
You were taking the piss out of Cujo and making him look like a fool.
So
it pinged off.
Cujo kindly put the moustache and glued it onto my face. Whilst I was unconscious, by the way, I believe, when I think I was knocked out at some point, weren't I?
No, that was the glasses, I think. The moustache.
The moustache was also that. It was when you went to visit the man to put you back together, who slept inside you.
Yes.
And Cujo stuck it to you before you were awoken.
Yes. So at the moment, imagine a wooden automaton, 7 foot tall, with a burgundy suit, moustache, and drawn-on glasses.
The glasses were from
Quentin's crayon.
It was when you'd passed out, pissed up at a Feywild ball. Yeah. And Jeremiah, was it Jeremiah? Was it you that
I was trying to show a funner side of Jeremiah.
Cheers, mate. Can't get off.
Then you turned around and you were like, "Oh, this isn't permanent." And he was like, "Yeah, I think so."
Yeah. I've even tried acid on my face to get rid of it. I just can't get rid of it. I took damage for it. You know what I mean? It's ruthless.
That was my good alchemical acid.
Yeah. So, I mean, to be fair, I think Misha was a bit of a weird concept when me and Lou talked about it when we also did the 1-to-1. It was quite difficult because I think Misha originally. We did have another, obviously, player, which obviously is not with us, as you all know. He decided he wanted to join, but obviously due to personal reasons, he couldn't join the stream, which bless him. We still love him. But obviously, Misha was very quite closely linked and connected to his character. So it was going to be like him. He was like a father-son figure type thing. So it were like the storyline and the background were kind of built around that, and Misha was kind of built around. Sorry,
Ghosts.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought my child in the background was choking, so I apologise. It was like, I
apologise.
Reminded me of, when you watch
you want to go check on him?
ghost hunting, those ghost hunting shows, and they're talking, and all of a sudden they go.
Yeah. It's because you were coughing. I'm like, is he all right? So I'm just checking. That's all. So he's all right. It's fine. So Misha did end up started off. The story was it was going to start with the background of it was found by the other character, and it would have grown from there as if he were kind of the child was in this abusive relationship with his parents, and then Misha would have then gone into the city, protecting this child, and they would have grown up together, kind of thing. And Misha didn't again something similar to Ed's character. Didn't really know much more about his background. And it was literally, we just knew that these two characters have travelled together. He woke up, and then he knew he was his protector, and that was more or less it in a nutshell. And then we kind of played with the idea of I'd actually quite like to have a split personality type character. And I think Lewis loved the idea, so he's like, yeah, absolutely, let's get on with it. So and then it's very difficult because I wanted to play him very childlike, curious type creature with Misha, as in because he didn't know anything, all he knew was protecting this child. Everything was new, he was learning everything, including his abilities. And then we decided 2-6 out. I wanted something like the polar opposite of that, which is more robotic. He's like a warrior in the end of it. He knows he gets a mission, he just sticks to it, and that's it. And then that kind of led into trying to keep the group on point, on mission type thing. So I know it can be quite crazy. With the group that we've got, so it was kind of a good character to bring in to try and keep the focus where we need to go, kind of thing as well. So that were another reason for 260 for me. It'd be good to try and, instead of like everyone running around everywhere, it's, 260 can at least say, right, let's stick to this mission. So that was another reason for 260, which were a good one. So yeah.
Did you because I know when Misha turns to 260, I get very sad. Do you find it like sad, or like do you feel any sort of way when you have to switch, personas?
Yes and no, I'd say. I say yes on like I kind of get into the character. So, say for example, I'm playing a few sessions as like, for example, Misha, and I'm kind of getting into the role of that kind of character and being a bit of a. But like Misha's always like off with the fairies kind of thing. I want to save the world, but it's nice to play a different side of it, if you know what I mean. So, and like I've spoke to Lewis before, it's like I've never played. Obviously, Misha's always in the back healing everybody and trying to be a support. You know what I mean, that kind of thing. So I've never been actually up front where 260 gets a chance to actually be more in your face and fighting as a fighter kind of thing. So, but yeah, I do. There's points where I don't think, oh, I wish it's like, oh, I get to play this side of it, or I get to experience what 260 would do in this situation kind of thing. But sometimes I'll do play like a minute 260 and I'll think, oh, it'd be nice if we should come back. But obviously, we're doing it for a reason for the backstory and the story of 260, which is good. But yeah, I do think me should be quite fun in this scenario where we're trying to do this thing. And I wonder what crazy shit me should probably get up to in this. And he'll probably just be putting off making things a bit more difficult or whatever. But yeah, but I don't regret it. It's just like I do sometimes think I wonder what he would have done if, but yeah, that kind of thing.
I really love it.
Who's your favourite child? Misha or 260?
I'd have to say Misha because he's my first character. I built Misha first, and then we had 260 because the difficulty thing I did have, though, I spoke to Lou before, is because Misha's quite well loved and everyone liked him. It was like, how do I get 260 for people to like 260 because he's a different part of him? He's the same guy, but it's like, how do I get people round to him? So, yeah.
For the winning chat.
Yeah.
I think there's a solid favourite with everyone else.
Misha's
I think
fun.
mine's 260.
Is it?
I like
Because he's
260.
so direct and so task orientated, as opposed to Misha being away with the fairies. I just like how direct he can be sometimes, and the fact that like there was a short of it recently that I was watching of about Terence. And the fact that Misha had seen him as this bald, fat man, and 260 just being like, I didn't fucking promise anything, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that about him.
That was it's so funny. It's so unique.
And I did see one as well where I think Jeremiah obviously flapped his wings and he scared 260, and I think I told you to get away, you bastard, or something like that. Something stupid. Yeah. So yeah, he's got a different, unique way of seeing things, but it's more like I wanted him more soldier-esque, more like soldier of fortune. I want to straight into the battle. He'll just run in and do his task. Obviously that's where we were built for originally, wasn't it? So I wanted it something original. But yeah, it is fun to play. It's quite complex, but again, similar to Ed's character, Lewis is providing all the background story, which is amazing. So I'm figuring it out as I go along. So it's really, really clever how he's done it. So, and the fact that we're interlinked as well, the characters, which is very cool. So yeah.
So we've gone from a chef to a baker to another baker, Pebbles, who is, I think, quite a few people's favourites when we first started stream.
Makes sense because I'm sort of like the comic relief sometimes, so it's something to grasp onto at the beginning.
Talk to us about Pebbles.
Okay, so Pebbles is a 6'2" tabaxi rogue.
She has that tall.
You fucking.
I know. I looked back at my notes and I was like, she's 6'2".
What?
It's like, Jesus Christ, that must be like an average for a tabaxi. So I'm like, okay then. Anyways, her fur bears like a sleek black Bengal pattern, and across her right eye, that fur is broken by a jagged claw mark that sort of rakes across that eye. She has sharp green eyes that are framed by some docked whiskers that she has. And she has black leather armor, which has blood red accents to it, and it sort of clings to her like a second skin. And then she has a pouch that faintly clinks as she walks on her waistband. And at that same waist, she has a dagger that rests on each hip. And she has a bow on her back, which is a short bow with twisted aspen wood. And the bow string is made from intertwined whiskers. And yeah, she is stealthy, she is sarcastic, she's blunt sometimes and a bit harsh. But she's straight to the point, and she's just, yeah, she's solid. Yeah.
Questions for Pebbles?
I've got a question. I don't know if you can answer it. What's the thing with the jewel?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so for context, so when the campaign first started, Pebbles was infatuated with because Pebbles loves jewels, so the clinking on the side of her waistband is her pouch of gems that she has. She's infatuated with gems.
So Pebbles is rich.
And what?
Pebbles is rich. It's just saying.
Is she?
She's just walking around with a fucked
No
up.
one said they were. No one said they were expensive gems.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but
It's just a collection.
Marbles clink.
Yeah, but your family must be rich though. They're in a massive. Obviously, families in a massive like.
Well, yeah, but I'm not technically part of my family
Oh,
anymore.
wow.
I'm estranged from my
Okay.
family.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so she was infatuated with this specific gem in a shop called the Elixirium, which is basically like an emporium in Eldoria. And so when the campaign first starts, she's infatuated with this gem, and she wants this gem, but it's too much. And so eventually, when we're fighting Rika, actually, where Jeremiah picks up that ring, I find the Amanthasite, which is the gem that I was infatuated with, and I was over the moon, and I was so happy. I was so happy. And then only like a couple of sessions ago, it was stolen from me and smashed by my doppelganger. It's
stolen by yourself.
It's a long story. But to answer your question, it's I don't. She just really likes it.
What's a long answer for? She just likes it.
Does it do anything?
Is it like?
Having it.
Is it special or is it just like a gem?
It's magical.
Yeah, like Ed said, does it do anything? It's magical.
To be fair, it is magical, but I didn't know that.
Right.
I was going for it just purely from its looks, from its
Just
appearance.
aesthetics, yeah.
Just aesthetics, just pure vibes.
Do you know? I'm going to ask. Do you know, like all the crazy stuff that Pebbles does get up to? Is that like purely? Just that's accurate. Like, I mean, tying a fucking turkey up outside to a post was one of my favourites, right? Just outside the library. Well, is that just all random, or is that how you wanted to build your character? You know,
Martine's brain.
Yeah. So is that more Martine or is it more Pebbles? Is what I'm asking.
To be fair, so like because Pebbles was created anyway, like not that far from me started playing D&D. My first couple of characters were like they very much fell in line with my personality. Like they had a lot of my personality in them in general. So I think it is just my mad brain just letting me do stuff and just falling into those weird moments. So I think it's part of both. A bit of both is essentially what I'm trying to say. So, but I love Pebbles. I think she's brilliant.
How did Pebbles come to be an Eldora?
So she used to be in the Velvet Blade, and then she essentially had to leave because her life was at risk. So she left where she came from up north, and she travelled down. And she didn't really have a like destination that she was aiming for. But obviously she came across Eldoria, which was a big city, and then she was kept there because of the amanthosite. She really wanted the amanthosite. She saw it and she was like, I'm not leaving until I've got that fucking amanthosite. So yeah, that's essentially how she ended up being there. So she had to get a job, get a place to hitch up, and then yeah, just work to get the amanthosite.
Sam has asked, will she reconcile with her family?
I don't know. So we'll see. I'm kind of scared. I'm scared about going back to the present tense. I mean, luckily, because we were in the Feywild, I was sort of chilling for a bit. I was like, I'll be good here. I'm fine here.
Now you're in the past, before your parents were even born.
Exactly. So I'm chilling. I'm like, I'm not in danger, so to say, from my parents. So
even when you go back, you've got my brother on side now as well.
Well, we'll see. Depends on how.
Are you saying that Pebbles has not made her mind up then? Are you saying that she's on the fence, or is she just?
No, I mean, it just depends on how the cookie crumbles.
So she's not made her mind up. You're going to wait until the opportunity presents itself, and then you'll decide on the moment, kind of thing, or have you kind of made your mind up, but you're not letting us know right now?
No, I think like who Pebbles is who she is, and she left for a reason. And if she wanted to go back, she would have gone back. She's very like straightforward like that. But it just depends on how my family play their cards and how the story unfolds, essentially.
I was going to say, who knows if the opportunity will even present itself.
Yeah, so I just don't
for
know.
reconciliation.
There's no point in me sitting here dwelling on what could be, because I don't fucking know what's going to happen. Depends on how I feel on day.
Oh, okay.
See you in a bit, guys. I'm going off to
I mean,
just
does Pebbles
manage the Velvet Blade.
want to reconcile with her parents?
I don't think it's not something I've necessarily like spoken about in session in terms of like how I feel about my parents. But I suppose like anybody, they have that inner child that just wants to be loved and praised by their parents. But Pebbles is obviously not very forthcoming with that kind of vulnerability. So,
I know.
Yeah.
Our first or second session, I think Gemma tried to get to know Pebbles a little more, asked her about her scar. And I forget, you either said you can shut the fuck up, or you
I don't think
stay in your own lane.
That, but not as harsh.
I think I was just like,
Word-wise.
Pebbles was quite harsh.
It was harsh, but it wasn't like.
Yeah, like
it wasn't
Pebbles
shut the
was
fuck
much
up.
more harsh with us all to begin with.
And Gemma was just
She's
like,
definitely softened.
Yes, she
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Why did Pebbles try and steal the book from the library?
Just for shits and giggles.
Well, you upset Maggie, didn't you?
Maggie, I know.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, she shit me up. And having known what I know now in terms of like what we know in terms of her being a fucking deity, good golly gosh, I'm glad I didn't take that out.
not many can people say they're on the personal shit list of a god.
I just expected a fine.
So,
fine. Fuck me.
so beginning of campaign, the four of you who have described characters in Eldoria going about your everyday lives, you're all aware you have specific abilities that are not the average, not the norm. And the fog rolls in that seem to be killing everyone but you guys. Panic obviously set in. There was attempts of covering your own mouths and saving people and trying to do anything you guys could. Unfortunately, you couldn't save anyone. But you all lived and had a little bit of combat and found some markings on your arms that matched each other's. hence the marked ones. Talking of the library, you then went and tried to get some information based on a contact of Jeremiah's, Maggie, at the library, where he spent a little bit of his time doing some sort of looking at, well, most of his time, all of his time,
I was gonna say.
looking at the tavern. And you met library. You met Maggie. You met library at the Maggie. Who I still think is some people's favourite NPC
Yes.
because
Oh
of
my
how
God, I love her.
insane she was.
And I've managed to
For
bring her
those who
back, hopefully.
haven't seen it, she was just a crazy person.
Something
Go back and watch
crazy.
those early episodes or early clips
He
on
was
or
unique.
shorts. Yeah. Spoke to voices, spoke to thank you, Totsaros. Maggie is the best. But she did try and help you in some ways. Some might disagree with the information they have later on in sessions, but she did, in those early days, was trying to help you in little bits and pieces. What did you guys think of Maggie? What was your... and the library and that whole shenanigans around that?
Because Jeremiah was the one who knew her and brought them, I didn't know anything about Maggie, other than the fact that the name Maggie, literally a minute or two before we went, I got a message from Lou, pretty much saying, don't freak out about Maggie. Just go along with it.
Mm.
To be completely honest, is because I didn't plan her to be exactly that way until that moment that I messaged you.
That's
Literally, that is why. I split second decision of, because I knew what she was going to be in ways, but I didn't know to go as crazy with it as I ended up going until we were going there. So I wanted to give you a heads up so that Jeremiah wasn't just like,
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on? Jeremiah knows what she's like.
Other than the people he worked with, Maggie is probably the person he spoke with the most in the few months he was in Endoria before the campaign started. He felt quite... I don't know. I don't say... close is a weird word because he probably didn't know that much about it. She volunteered a lot about herself. But close in the way that she was familiar to a degree. He was
Close
somewhat used to her.
Mm.
Familiarity, I guess.
Mm.
Comfort in that.
Did you enjoy playing that kind of type of NPC? Or was it quite difficult to get that energy
No, I love
out
it.
and that kind of... Did you? Okay.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Love it. I as you've seen with a few of my NPCs, I prefer the slightly unique NPCs to being someone who's normal, I guess is a word to describe them. Because we've had like Cujo, who was a bit strange,
Oh, I love
Quentin,
Cujo.
who was a bit strange,
I love
Maggie, who was a bit
Quentin.
strange,
Yeah. The
Mazrin,
general.
recently.
Yeah,
Mazrin.
Yeah.
The general was pretty normal.
He was
I
pretty
miss
straight
the
down the line.
general. We had such a hate-love relationship. Like 1 minute we'd be jamming, dancing, the next I'd think he was gonna like put a hit out for me. Like it was just
When
so
you broke
like,
into the basement and went up those chests and you suffered nearly
oh my
all
god.
of your hit
Oh, yeah, you
points
did.
worth of damage.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I must have looked like a bloody mess going to that gala straight after. I'm just rolling up like
I
We
miss
laughed
the
like-
general.
That was brilliant.
General was nice.
Yeah, I miss
Yeah,
him.
you are.
I miss
There's nothing to say that none of the people you've met won't be coming back at any point.
It's weird
We'll
to think
have to wait.
how
No.
involved he was in the beginning. It was like we were getting missions from him and we kept
Yeah.
going back to
Oh
him.
god, yeah.
And Cujo, and we were...
Yeah, we went through him a lot, didn't we?
Oh, you never know. We're in the past, so we might step on a butterfly that ended up killing his auntie or something, and then he was never born or something in the when we go back.
If we kill his
Why would
auntie, I
you
think
say
he would
something
still be
like
born.
that?
I'm just saying, with the butterfly effect, we don't know what's going to happen, do we? This bloody past that when Lewis has fucking put us in for all we
But,
know.
I mean, Emma makes a good point. If his auntie does die, he probably will still...
He would
Please
still
don't
be
still
born.
be
Yeah,
alive.
yeah, true.
Oh, hang on.
He
What if
just
his
wouldn't
auntie?
have an auntie.
What if his auntie died when his mother was young and it put her off? She didn't want kids anymore. She just hated it, and so she
Pretty
never had
full-blown
kids. And never.
backstory now.
There you go. See, done.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Her auntie dies. and she was actually your mum. Plot twist. She was the general's mum.
They go, boom, the general never existed. Yes. Oh dear.
well.
Quentin.
Around the same time, you had the Velvet Blade stuff happening, with one of the biggest bombshells of the campaign so far.
Yes.
With Pebbles being asked to take over the family business. Martine, what was going through your head in that session?
Yeah, so for context, for anybody that's not watched up till now and they're just sort of joining in for the recap, so we essentially were given multiple quests to take down kind of like, or investigate branches of the Velvet Blade, which is an assassin's guild that had popped up around Eldoria. So we were essentially going against them. We were sort of like fighting them, or like, you know, sort of like investigating, like trying to weed them out, etc., on behalf of the general. And Pebbles did not let anything slip about the fact that she actually comes from the Velvet Blade. So she's just in the back, like, yeah, let's get him, guys. She's like, ooh. She's like hiding up the red velvet, like,
Covering up the tattoo as they speak.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the quests, we're going to burn it, one of them down, weren't we? A building. We're going to burn down a building.
It was
Yeah,
Rags
the
to Riches.
The
Yeah.
shop.
Rags to
shop.
Riches.
So Pebbles like, yeah, burn him down.
That's the same episode where your famous line came in, Reese.
It is.
Was it?
Yeah.
Second episode.
Because it was
Yeah.
in the sort of makeshift tavern that was downstairs, and you kicked the door open, and which one of you motherfuckers wants to die first? Was
Yeah, that was
Oh my
random.
god.
because
Yeah.
Cujo had said to you,
So
"You're big. I want you to kick open that door and say something cool," and that was
Like,
what you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was honestly, I think that has to be one of the campaign highlights, is that, because that was
It
just,
just came out of fucking nowhere.
oh my god.
It was perfect.
Yeah, it was random as shit.
But it's one of them. It's the fact that like he was actually quite sweet and childish for like the rest of the episode. So that up until that point, it was Misha being Misha, and then all of a sudden it came out of just left field.
Gentle
Just
character.
Yeah. I think 260 sneaked in there a little bit. I think that was it must have been.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
It
god.
was a mess though, because the mission of trying to burn the place down or to do something was such a mess. We were outside, and then we were trying to think about ways to close it down or burn
You
it down
can
or
put rats
something.
in and-
And then there was rats. I was just
And all this time, Pebbles were involved in it all. You were saying,
Well, I
weren't you?
wasn't involved in it. I'm not involved.
Wow.
The thing is,
I reckon
Pebbles has not
keys in
been,
her back pocket.
Pebbles had not been in the Velvet Blade for years prior to when we started the campaign. She hadn't been in the
What she
Velvet Blade for years. So she had backed out of that shit long ago. So, you know, but Pebbles was only in the Velvet Blade when it was like a thieves guild, like literally like a petty thieves guild, back alley sort of like small organization like that. So when we're talking about Velvet Blade as a huge multi-city assassin organization,
At that point, operation.
She's not.
I think if you just said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I was in it," but the fact that then we found out that your mum and dad are actually running the show is a big, massive.
I wrote it as them being like the masterminds behind it, not as the actual leader. It was Lou that put them as the leaders in the moment. I was like, okay.
Yeah, very chef's kiss that one. Yeah, like very good. Yeah,
It was so good. I loved that moment of you all finding out. That was. Oh.
It was so good. Like the
think-
faces,
yeah. They were like, "What the hell?"
just mwah.
Yeah.
I like the first thing because I was not playing and I was watching. And I remember the first thing I did was jump straight onto Discord and go, "Who's the top of my list? What the fuck just happened? What was that?"
Who's on top of my list?
Yeah, so we had lots of little bits with the Velvet Blade, and eradicating them. They may still be hunting you. Who knows? Because you were given an ultimatum.
That's when we bumped
And
into
around
Kef,
then-
wasn't it? Yeah.
The storm chasing hunk of a man, Kef, was found with a matching marking. Kef talked to us. Ollie talked to us about Kef.
Yeah, you've got it pretty much as it was. He is just a giant, hulking half-orc. Pale, sort of grey ashen skin. He's standard tusks of an orc, except one of them's chipped on the right-hand side. Again, he's tall. He's not quite the same height as Misha. He's a little bit smaller, but he is huge. Unlike the rest of them that are, dressed finery, he's dressed quite simple. He's just a linen sleeveless top, linen trousers, boots, crack on with his axe. The only real thing he has is he has a pendant with a lightning bolt on it that actually stands out. And I mean, he has got purple dreadlocked hair. There is that.
Pretty metal.
It's quite unusual. But yeah, description-wise, I mean, he's obviously built like a brick shithouse. And yeah, that's kind of one of the things where they found him, because the only thing he was doing, the only thing he was really good for in the city was lumbering about for the market, lifting and shifting,
lugging stuff around.
Yeah.
What
you,
was it like? Go on.
Oh, go on. I was going to say, did you have any worries, Ollie, of obviously this character joining in halfway through? Like, obviously, this group's kind of been together through these missions. Do you have any worries, or do you have any pre-thoughts of joining in in the campaign of the group?
I was sort of a little bit nervous about it. Like you say, it was more about how I could make him gel. But the part of when me and Lou were discussing and creating a character, we asked ourselves the questions, right? What does the party need? And one of the things was we need a frontline fighter, right? Okay, so that gives us, right, we're going paladin, are we going fighter, are we going barbarian, right? And it was kind of an idea that there are so many complex characters already, so many twisting backstories of finding out. We thought, if we keep a character simple, like this is what he is, this is who he is, and this is what he does, it would help him gel, because it meant that we could sort of make stuff up as we go along as well. So we ironed out just a simple backstory and we thought, well, if we go barbarian, that gives us a front line and it gives us the simplicity that we needed to help bring him in.
Also, which is a nod in your direction, Ollie, you don't often see barbarians with a religious side, and I like that touch with him, because even though he is a simple being with a simple goal in life, to which he's mentioned, find this troop or wanderers, that little touch of the fact that he has got that affinity with storms and with Gromkrag, and yeah, I like that little touch of complexity with him, that he's not just a simple person actually.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, because I mean, you and me, we know about this. When we were discussing it previously, but we were trying to put him from somewhere where none of you were, no one else was from. And like I said, we were trying to keep it simple, but I think in the end we'd come up with something that was a little bit too simple, and I think it was just one discussion that we were having, and it was right. Okay, what would he have on him? So we said, all right, what about a chain? And it's got this on it. And then we started to steamroll. Right, okay, so it's religious. Right, okay, how did it become? How did we go? What are we doing? And that even led him into the subclass that he is with the Path of the Storm. That we just thought, yeah, okay, it makes more sense. And it was something that. It was almost like we were just having an idea bouncing and just gaining, and but it was nothing that it was just it was like adding a touch of spice rather than adding a whole like chunk of main ingredient to him. Because like I say, we wanted to keep it simple because then he can easily gel, so that's again we kept him young as well, so that he can be childlike things that Pebbles does. He can be a bit more serious, but give him like a farming background where he has to be serious, has to be a hard worker, so he can kind of gel with Jeremiah, and it was that kind of thing. So yeah, I was nervous, but it was one of them things that we could play it off. How you guys reacted to him was how we were going to bounce off him.
I think it helps that, like, because you already played with the majority of us in a campaign prior on a different day, like, obviously that helps in terms of, like, just playing dynamics and knowing how to maneuver situations.
Yeah, that helps a lot. I mean, as well as that, I think I only actually missed one episode watching you guys.
Oh,
To that
nerd.
point. And I was at a birthday party and I was even sat in a corner with it on Twitch halfway through when no one could see me.
Question.
And if any of the viewers don't do that, we will find you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mm.
actually.
That kind of commitment is what we are expecting, not wanting, expecting.
You were introduced in the 15th session.
Oh,
Wow,
You've
that was,
actually
like,
technically
baby
you've
campaign.
been in more sessions
Baby
than you
steps.
haven't.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
Nice.
look at you.
bless. I was going to say,
Mhm.
Kev seems to have got more connection with Maeve. Would you agree than the rest of the group? You tend to have got more of a
Kev's backpack.
yeah. Essentially, see, you kind of like
Martin's face.
bonded a little more with Maeve. Would you agree with that, or would you just say it's just happenstance that it's just happened that way, or did you plan it that way, or
Is there a romance brewing? That's what everyone wants to know.
yeah?
Wow.
Are we fading the screen to black in some sessions?
Can't have the daughter, you'll take the mother. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, it wasn't. It wasn't planned like that. We were gonna try and to be honest with you, the original plan was we were gonna try and maybe play him a little bit more serious and bring Jeremiah out of his shell to be a bit more playful and in that regards. But I think just circumstances of stuff that happened just started to lean Maeve liking Kef a little bit more because of the incident with the blue potion and Pebbles and just that she doesn't walk. She doesn't want to walk anywhere, so he would just all right, then just climb on. He doesn't even notice her even there after time. And then when we got shrunk and we were drinking,
we had a question: is Kev a MILF hunter?
No, he's just
allow it in the modding section.
No, he is not. He is just hunted by them.
He's a MILF prey.
Yeah, he's prey for the cougars. That's what he is.
Okay.
Another question: would Kev be a big or little spoon?
Depends on the person.
I was going to say
It really depends on the person. But I think the majority of the time he would be a little spoon. He'd be a little spoon.
He's always
Yeah.
carrying everybody else. Why can't somebody carry him once?
Yeah.
Look at you in depth with that.
No, she's right. No, she's right. If someone wanted him to be the big spoon, he would.
I think between you and Maeve, you're definitely the little spoon. I think Maeve's definitely the big spoon in your relationships. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
I like
No, there isn't a budding romance there.
I love the fact that Kev has had so much issue with being in weird places, in weird circumstances, with weird trees and weird weather, but he has picked his closest friend currently at the moment. Sorry. Alexa speaking.
It's a ghost.
The weirdest person in the group he has picked as like being his closest friend currently, and I love the dichotomy of that he's he hates these weird chaotic moments in these weird places, but the one that's from that weird chaotic place is the one who's got a friendship with. I love that.
Yeah. The moment you absolutely hate him being in the Feywild as well. Absolutely, I fucking hate this place. You know what I mean? I fucking think of him in. Get attacked by trees. Talking to fucking leaves. Fucking hell. Oh.
Well, it goes down. It goes down to try and keep it because I didn't want to try and play him as your typical just thick, stupid, I don't know nothing barbarian.
Yeah,
but to give him he would not be an intelligent person, but he wouldn't be just he can't count, he can't read, he can't do this. There was he had a little bit of nous about. But I also like I say, I didn't want him to be well educated either. So when we came to the Feywild, this rule, that rule, this rule, that rule, you can't say your name, you can't say thank you. This, you can't do that, and he's just going to go like, and I just it was an instant moment. I thought he's not going to. I'm just going to have him not understand any of it. I'm not going to have him understand any of it. And from that point on, the more it was happening, and the more that Maeve was shouting at him, it was just. I just thought I'm just going to have him hate the entire experience. Just unless he's hitting something or chopping something up. He's just going to absolutely hate being here.
Another question for Kev. Do you miss being pink?
Kev doesn't. I kind of do, though. I liked the fact that playing him when he was pink. Because it got to be a focus of me, because I knew how it had happened, but obviously he doesn't know how it's happened, and that ability to just come up with random conspiracy theories every now and then as why he pink was quite fun to do. Like, it must have been this, or it must have been this.
The bell rent.
Yeah, and things like that. That was quite fun to do. So I was a bit ashamed a bit sad when he went back to his normal colour, but it eventually had to happen.
I don't know if many of you remember, but early on with Kef being in the campaign, Kef died.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Crushed by a building.
We were all weaklings.
And that moves us on to the next bit of the story, that you guys were in a kind of weird dream sequence of what looked like the world ending. And Maggie coming out as being who Maggie is.
Clipserax.
Clipserax, a deity. Jeremiah didn't like that,
No.
if I remember correctly.
He didn't
got sassy, didn't he?
respond well to the news.
He
got
wasn't
sassy.
happy.
He felt betrayed.
And then you guys woke up, and the general gave you a task to go to another area on the map, somewhere around here.
Oh, wait.
You can't see that, but it's up there.
Up there.
Let me get
To Valantia. And see a seer. You ended up at a little village, and a statue gave you a quest. And you got your own little personal AI map. Carter. Yes. You end up getting shrunk.
Cool. That map.
Did a little side quest. The Veil Rend happened, which is, let me get my notes up just to.
And we found out that Meg really doesn't like pixies and pixie jam. Well, not. She loves
Maeve
pixies.
does like pixies.
She loves
What we found out is that you're all pixie murderers. That's what we found out, is that you're all pixie murderers. And Maeve grassed on you all.
Is that we ate pixie jam and pixie jam delights and pixie jam donuts and lots of pastries with pixie jam in it. I've still got shit tons in my bag, and you nicked some from my bag.
No,
I get
I
a
didn't
dub.
like it.
Back to
I did
another
not
big
see
bag.
She gave it back, didn't she?
Back to the
No.
question previously, I think that's another reason why Kef and Maeve were getting on so well, because Kef is the only one who didn't eat anything pixie related.
I think Misha did. Misha can't eat. I don't think Misha was. That's the episodes of that little tale when they did the pixie.
No, I think you were in Sentry mode. And
Yes,
might have
and then
bought
that's when
some.
260 came out. I think.
But he never actually tasted the jam. He just
Yeah,
bought
you did
some.
because you tried to give me it once,
Yeah.
and I threw it on the window.
You put it in one of the
You made
things you
us
made.
like some of your
No,
chef treat
I
things.
once I figured
and we
out,
used the pixie jam on that.
because once I figured out you didn't doing it, it's still in my, because I'm tracking how much I've used of them.
Yeah, I think you
haven't used it.
definitely made it on something because, like I say, I went
used-
to throw it out the window,
I
and
bought-
then Lewis was like, "The
I
window
bought lots
shut."
of jam from them. Only one of them was pixie jam.
No, what it might have been was I think it was, he gave you the normal. He gave you the all
Your
told you
mic
the
is
pixie
cutting
jam.
out slightly, just to let you know.
No.
I'm not sure. I remember I threw it at the window.
I remember you throwing one at the window. Yes.
It's in the
Yeah,
grand
no,
scheme of
yeah,
things.
Yeah, no. But yeah, no, Maeve grassed on you all from the pixie jam. She hasn't stolen it. She sent it to someone and will return it at some point in time.
It's
Whether
been
or
sent
not
off
you're
for
still
forensic
alive at that
testing.
point in time is another matter.
Oh,
That's a threat.
It's not a threat, but she...
it's not
Maeve-
a promise. It's a promise.
yeah, Maeve doesn't have the same concept of time as all of you lot.
Oh, there you go. Look,
So
Vedanta
she
and Eldor.
will return it to you, but it could be 100 years after you've died that she returns it to you.
Pretty sure that's still classed as theft if I don't get it back. Or if I
No,
get it
it's
back, but
returned to you.
on
I
my
think it's
grave.
returned. Yeah, it's returned to you. But yeah, she grassed on you to her brother. In fact, is who she grassed on you to.
Did he care?
I'll not that.
You will find out, I guess.
Clearly not.
So when you look at the map, then,
It sounds like Pebbles took the punishment then in that case.
yeah, well,
Well, we don't know what he's going to
Pebbles
do with
took
that, do we? That
Pebbles
little
took
thing
one for the
yet,
team.
so-
there might be punishment involved. But
Grace,
the
what were you
map-
going to ask?
I would say the map, then, it's quite a bit of a fair distance between Eldor and Vedante, then,
And
isn't
we
it? Really?
still haven't made it.
No.
Well,
Well,
no, because technically we are there, aren't we?
It is assumed that you are
because
around
yeah,
that
because my
area.
mum, because we just, like I say, I would know that she wouldn't send us to somewhere other than what she'd said. So we are in that location. We're just not in the right time that we needed.
Yeah, we
So
never
we
got
are there, just in the wrong time.
The Veil End happened. The Veil End, for those who don't know, is a celestial event, happens every few centuries, makes magic weird, makes the sky change colour. No one really has, even in the world, no one really knows full details as to what is going to happen when a Veil End happens. It happens, people are studying it, people are looking into cause and effect, and it kind of changes every time. Keep watching Tales of the 20-Sided, and eventually it will do stuff. Where was I at for this? The Maeve disappeared. Completely. After that, you met Quentin,
Yeah,
my little sweet boy,
Quentin.
who, if anyone says a bad word about in this,
They're not
Don't do
bad words. It's just more lovingly.
don't do it. Don't.
For anybody that needs context, behind the scenes, Quentin was nicknamed Quentin the Shagger. For reasons unbeknownst
Sam,
to
don't
anyone,
put it
really.
in chat.
Do you mean to
Here we go. Look.
Thank you for taking the bullet,
do you
Sam.
mean, do you mean to
Thank
ti-
you.
Do you mean to time out Sam?
No, we're good. Met Quentin, who was a bit strange, following his little crayon map. He was looking for his own item. He led you guys to the Feywild through a little portal, where you met back up with Maeve, who had a go at all of you on
She did.
first.
Yeah.
first
You know, the thing is as
attendance.
well, do you know when, obviously, because I wasn't in session when you met Quentin, I watched it back after, and as soon as I watched it, I messaged Lewis, and I was like, Quentin's been in the fair. Instantly, as soon as Quentin started speaking, I was like, Quentin's been in the Feywild. And Lewis wouldn't say anything, you know, as he does, but, you know, where he tries to mislead you, and I was like, yeah, he's been in the... I can't remember what he said, but he said something, and instantly I knew that he'd been in the Feywild, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So if I'd have been there when you first met him, that's why Maeve didn't trust him when you first met him, because obviously he kept saying stuff, and she was like, "You've been here before."
Mm.
But yeah,
It was
Did
fun.
everyone's characters, I know Kev probably didn't, everyone's characters, what did they make of the Feywild and the shenanigans, all of the stuff that happened there? We know that Pebbles fell in love with Maeve's brother after their late night rendezvous.
I went to the Feywild and all I got was a one-night stand. There's
All I got
Pebbles'
was
t-shirt.
Well, time moves differently, so it could be a 100-year stand at this point. So,
Good God, if it's like it goes like 100 months of pregnancy.
Oh, Misha went to a strip joint as well, did he? In the Feywild.
yeah.
He
He did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
And he got
funny.
drunk and threw up
Yeah.
everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he learned how to taste.
Oh, yeah, he did. That was
so
impressive.
good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, what did everyone's characters? I know Misha sounds like he had the best time.
Yeah, he did.
What did everyone's characters? Oh, and you guys make of being in the Fae? Not a lot of campaigns go there.
Oh, love it.
It's quite unique of
I
a
thought it was
place.
so fun. Yeah, I thought it was so fun. So fun.
It's like a DM's dream
Yeah.
because it is so insane. Anything goes. So if anything you can think of, you can chuck out there, and no one will question it and ask the physics of it and how it works, because it's just it's Fae shit.
Yeah. So it's like imagination, just go as you want. It's how you want it. Yeah, cool.
I enjoyed it.
I loved it for that
Gemma
because
did.
it was.
Okay.
I loved it because it, like, of all that weird stuff, Maeve was just kind of like, obviously just walked through it as nothing, and when you were all like, wait, what is happening? And Maeve, it made sense for why Maeve was always like, well, what do you mean animals can't talk to you? That's weird that they can't talk. Or what do you mean that rock can't move? Like, why would it stay where it is?
Yeah, yeah.
It made more sense for why Maeve was weird. So I quite enjoyed that, and watching all of you lot be like, what the fuck is this?
What did you all make of the plot twist? You know, with your friend, Maeve's supposedly friend that turned into that was a good plot twist as well. I thought very good. The fact that we spent nearly a full fucking session like crawling through an house, and it was literally fucking everyone could see exactly what we were doing. And we're like, what the
Do you want to give some context of that to people that haven't seen?
Yeah,
those
sorry.
parts?
So obviously, we've been dying to find out more about Maeve's backstory. Obviously, going into Feywild, that was an opportunity for us all to like find a little bit more. We ended up bumping into, which we thought at the time was one of Maeve's, colleagues or some relation or something like that. We knew that this person knew Maeve quite, but on a personal level. So we thought that we could get some information from him. Obviously, that didn't work out very well. He gave us a task to go to the Unseelie Court. I believe it was Unseelie Court, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
To get some things from there, which we did, all shady, but very sneaky, going through all these different forests, trying to get over walls, spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to actually get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we ended up doing all these kind of crazy stuff, and then it turns out that this person that she knew was the bad guy, basically. And they were watching us all this time,
No, she
and
didn't
there
know
was
him.
no sneaking about. No, she didn't know him at all, did she?
It was
No,
all
it
the
He transformed, and he'd been, yeah.
Masked himself.
It was
Guys.
perfect though that you guys, because there was talk about going upstairs, and instead, just at the end of session, you went through the double door that I wanted you to go through, but I didn't prompt at all. You just ended up doing it, and all of you just walking in, and this man having this moment of sort of framing you and trapping you was just perfect. So good.
It was my drop moment there, weren't it?
It was
So yeah, you got into some shenanigans. You ended up on the wrong side of the Feywild. Go on, Ollie.
I was just going to say the actual one of the funniest things about that was that something that nobody saw, that we only us got to see when we finished the stream, and we were talking about it. And so what did going through these doors? I think Martin, Pebbles is just going to shut the door, going nope, and walking back out again.
The positive thing we did get out of that though is we did get some magical items though from that little. Although so we're good.
Yeah.
Well, the guy in the marketplace
Yeah.
or big market, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gave us some magical items.
The other positive thing was there were some tensions around Maeve and her being and who she was, and was she being honest, was she not being honest, and that kind of that became less of a thing once things had been explained and conversations were had in a scenario where Maeve then could explain, and was kind of given permission to explain, and yeah. So that is another good thing that came out.
I think the other thing with that is that everyone became a little bit more accepting of Maeve as who she was, but it also meant that Maeve could then be more of who she was with us after that.
Yeah, I think it was like a trust exercise.
Yeah,
I think Maeve's defining moment is when she had a go at everyone saying, "Well, you haven't even asked me what my favourite colour was. You don't even know who I am." I thought that were absolutely fantastic. I think were beautiful. And she was saying, "The reason why you don't know who I am is because you've not asked the fucking questions," which I think was really good, really good.
It was the whole spiel of you only want to know who my parents are, you only want to know if I'm a princess, and none of you actually want to know about me.
Yeah,
which was nice.
I do. I love that, and I love that like this group can like have those moments, and it's not just all like, like gags and puns, and like obviously that is fun, and that's like a really nice side to it, but also like being able to explore those tense like situations and those like it just mirrors what actual characters would be like essentially. So I enjoy them. I like them a lot.
So yeah, you guys went through the Fae and got set up, ended up as prisoners. Had quite a bit of a sad session.
Oh my god, it was the first time I cried in session.
Where you found Quentin's wife, who he had left years before, his partner in crime, and she was on death's door. Unfortunately, had been cursed, and there was no saving her. You managed to get out.
She held on until he came because she knew he was going to come back. Oh,
Martin's going to cry again.
I might. Oh, carry on.
And then there's you guys in the background calling him Top Shagger. And really, he just wants to see his wife.
That's why she held on.
For one last go.
That's a conjugal visit.
We weren't the only ones crying.
You managed to get out, and you Kef and Quentin especially.
Very much psychopathic, him.
Destroyed some people. Kef squeezing the life out of someone's neck, nearly popping his head off. Quentin melted someone. After that, you met some family members of Maeve's. You met her brother. Some of you met more of him than others did.
Some got a guided tour.
Can I give context, or are we just Okay, so basically, we went and we saw Maeve's brother, and he's this icicle prince, right? So we stayed there for the night, and during the night, because
icicle prince.
That's what she said.
They got busy.
And anyways, I snuck out in the middle of the night to go and find him.
Touched his icicle, didn't you?
After being told not to sneak out.
What was the safe word? Snowflake.
Fancy a ride on his toboggan.
Right, pack it in now. Let me give context.
Okay.
And anyways, I went and saw him, and I was asking him some questions about the Velvet Blade, and we made like this weird pact. I can't remember what the ins and outs of it were, but No.
Liquids were exchanged. They made a pact.
Anyways, basically now he's in my like he can speak to me in my mind, but the rest of the party doesn't know, and I'm not allowed to tell them. And everyone thinks that I went to go and see him to shag him, and I have to go along with it because I can't tell them the real reason, and so therefore everybody thinks that I'm into Coldplay.
Wait, though, if you made a pact, though,
Into
right?
Coldplay.
Yeah. If you made a pact, would that technically make you like a warlock type character now? And you have to like subclass into warlock if he's your patron, as it were. If you start casting Eldritch Blast, we're going to question.
Huh?
I said technically you might be a warlock.
Was with the creepy killer Teddy that Quentin had. It was just Teddy.
It was just Teddy.
Oh.
It was just Teddy.
The
Yeah, but
Teddy
there's
isn't
some-
killer.
But
There's something. Well, we assumed it was his arcane focus, but the fact that he gave it to us afterwards, I think,
Yeah.
has raised
It
questions.
was the only thing
Oh,
left.
it left.
Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Something
and
left.
I picked it up, so I've
Yeah.
There was, which no one has mentioned in session, but Ed spoke to me afterwards. Every time you guys saw Quentin use, and this is out there for people to see, so I'm not spoiling anything. Every time Quentin used magic, he used Teddy.
Yeah.
Apart from when he melted that person.
it was like
After all of that had happened,
Yeah.
he didn't use Teddy. So
Like
make of that what you will, but that's just an observation that is out there to see.
he leveled up.
There's that fan
That's-
theory of he was some kind of god like Maggie were. So like you don't know, do we? We were said that I think we theorized that after the session, didn't we? Said it could be a possibility, or we thought it could be, but then
I can't confirm or deny anything ever with anything like that because
Well,
Quentin
it's just-
could come back, Maggie could come back, like any of these people could still come back. We've got a long way to go.
Is Quentin a god, Lewis? Just wink once for you and twice for now. Quentin
Can't
the
blink
Shag.
now.
Yeah, just stares.
Blinking. You met Maeve's mum, who is a piece of work.
Who actually is a top shagger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who is absolutely a top shagger. A very strong-willed woman, very powerful woman. Gave Maeve a bit of a dressing down.
She was a bit.
Gave Kef a dressing down with her eyes. And after a few bits of conversation and stuff, she agreed to send you back to where you needed to go. So she did. And it wasn't what you guys thought it would be. Turns out that you had travelled back around 1,000 years in the past. You were greeted by some big mechanical creatures that were trying to kill you. You have found this is very close to where we're at in campaign.
Mhm.
You have found a small little sort of makeshift village. Met a few people. One spoke to you about a codex. One spoke to you about a lot of random things with Mazarin, who speaks in confused riddles at high speed.
He was funny though. He's another funny NPC. I liked him. Yeah.
Basically, you have been told that time is in a loop of sorts, and you guys are back because your loop is broken, and you have been chosen by whoever, the powers that be, to fix whatever is going wrong at an earlier time in the loop. And that's kind of where we're at. You guys are traveling around. You've met with a few different NPCs. You've walked through another weird forest that Kef really enjoyed. And you have met some more of Misha's type, which is very, very recent. Who had sort of fled, gone AWOL, and didn't want to go back to Zumanis. And and you guys are on your way to Zumanis, which is a place back in time that Misha 260 has had visions about. Visions of war specifically with Jeremiah's kind. And that's where we're headed when we next pick up a session. Which should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun.
Kev nearly killed a guy, didn't he? He was quite close to killing someone.
Kev's been nearly killing a few people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I had to use calm emotions, didn't I, to
Oh God, yeah.
try and relax the situation a bit.
Oh,
To be
I
fair,
thought
Kev was
we would have been
responding
combat.
to what happened.
Yeah.
I think Kev threw the first blow.
yeah.
No, he didn't. He. Well, it depends how you look at it, because he was the one that grabbed the guy.
Oh, okay.
Then the guy
maybe
punched
you
him.
did-
And the guy, then because he was running away, so we wanted to get him. And
Yeah.
I grabbed him. Kev grabbed him, and then he punched Kev.
He was
Which-
hiding behind the tree one day, and I sensed his a mind there, and we didn't know who it was. And I said to you, like through your mind, like, "There's someone hiding there. You need to get him."
I think it's funny. I miss when we first came to that clearing and Lou was describing it. I messaged Lou, "Are they deserters?" So I like it when I get stuff like that right.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. There's a lot to come still. We're at a really key, fun moment that is going to be interesting. Is all I can say.
Lots of vague words and
You are
adjectives.
welcome.
Right, story wise, fine. You do what you do. Do I have to lick any more rocks?
Do you have to lick any? I didn't make you lick any rocks.
Any more ox? Any more what? Ox?
Rocks with an R.
Edit that down.
It cut out just at the right time then.
Just make an edit of him saying, "Do I have to lick any more?" And Martin just going, "Cocks."
Kev can lick as many as he wants.
But I think we left it as we're just about to enter Zumanis, weren't we? That was it.
Yeah.
Where obviously Jeremiah's character is at war against with the MDFs. So, and it's the Zumanis is MDF ridden, let's say. So that should be fun.
I think we ended it. I felt bad for the MDFs, and we didn't know what we were going to do with them.
Yeah.
So I think I
offered because I
Maggie.
offered them to go to the Feywild, didn't I?
Yeah. And there was
And then you all accused me of wanting an army.
there was possibility of talk of Maggie and stuff. So we'll have to see what happens when it picks up.
When we was making his way before we got to the little village, did you pre-plan the weird doppelganger thing, or was that on the fly?
I'm not giving away my secrets. I'm not just letting you peek around my curtain.
Oh,
Why?
I suppose you can
Or
say
it was
why
wrong.
Jeremiah's was different.
Hey, I'm
Is
not
that
letting you
just
peek
random?
around. Yeah, that's nothing. Yep.
Thing is, though,
With
it literally can be
Jeremiah's being
random.
do you know, like on that note, do you know like how Jeremiah's doppelganger was different? How come Maeve couldn't see in that mirror?
She's a vampire.
He's not telling us anything. Look,
No.
I mean, the thing is, I'm happy to answer questions, and the whole point of being here is answering questions. But when it's stuff that hasn't been and gone and come out, look, I can't, because it spoils it for you guys. It spoils it for anyone watching.
But it's like the point is, how many times did we sit there in other sessions that we were in discussing what is Maggie?
yeah, at break time, end of session, yeah.
And now we're doing the same, but with like, what is Jeremiah? Are they celestial? Are they like part of a separate like?
Yeah.
Are they working for the god of war or whatever the fuck it was?
Death.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. I think we'll take a short break, just because I need the toilet, and we probably all need drinks and stuff. So if we take a break, and then we'll talk a bit more.
Everyone in chat, think of all
And
your
go for a bit
some
more.
really good questions for us,
Yeah, ask more questions. Ask away.
Yeah.
and all of us think of questions.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll see you in like 15 minutes.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Sorry, just looking for.
welcome back.
Way.
Hey.
Do we cheer at that bit? Is that
Yeah,
a new
no.
thing?
Do
We
now.
do now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Always shit.
Welcome back.
But we do it half-hearted and half-assed.
I like that. Like everything we do. Martin, you're leading a little section, I believe.
Yeah, so recently we asked on TikTok for your guys' hot takes around D&D. So we said if we got enough responses and whatnot, that we would do a little video. We'd do a little segment to just go through them and chat about them. See what you guys think. Okay. First one. Weird, this name looks familiar. Warlocks are boring in combat because of Eldritch Blast.
And I stand by that.
What was that?
Warlocks are boring in combat because of Eldritch Blast.
I think it's how you play them.
Hmm.
I think it's like if you're a fighter, you're only going to hit stuff with your weapon.
Yeah, but if you've got a fighter, then you use different bits. You use maneuvers. You use bits and pieces. Whereas Eldritch Blast is Eldritch Blast.
And which is why with Warlock you can increase your functionality of your invocations and your spells. You don't get many spells, obviously, but I think it's how you play them, how you work them.
I stand by it. I always will. I
think
it's such a fun role play class
Oh god, yeah.
that it kind of ruins it with the fact that they could do so much in combat, but then because Eldritch Blast is so good of a cantrip, that is all that they do.
Would you lower the DPS of the cantrip, or would you get rid of it entirely?
If you got rid of it, I think a lot of Warlocks would then really struggle in combat.
I would
Yeah, they would,
change it.
because you only get
Yeah.
so little spell slots. Without having Eldritch Blast, it's pointless. Obviously, Maeve's only got one level in it, but I play Warlock in the other one. And I know I spam Eldritch Blast. But that's because EOS has very, very few combative
And that's where the
spells,
issue
for
is.
one.
I wouldn't get rid of or change Eldritch Blast. I would add some things that make Warlocks a bit more interesting that people would actually want to use instead of
All their other
just
spells for more support.
spamming Eldritch Blast, which is
Yeah.
all that. And it's not just you. It's not a dig at you. It's every single
Yeah,
person that plays Warlock. What are you doing? Eldritch Blast.
I think it's
literally
because EOS is she's quite high level now, isn't she? What are they in that campaign?
Yeah,
Level 10.
No.
Level 10.
10. But I think she's only got like 2 or 3 spell slots,
Yeah.
if that.
Still.
At level 10, and I know we get them back at a short rest, but it's like for me to use them in combat, I have to really kind of want to use them. Whereas most of the spells that she's got as well for the subclass that she's got are much more support kind of spells, or like out of combat spells, like things like identifying and detect magic and stuff like that. So I tend to use those 2 spell slots that I've got, getting us there, kind of like helping us get to the combat kind of thing, so that when I get to the combat, my options are I can use this sword, which I'm not great with because I don't have a high strength score, or I can spam Eldritch Blast from 120 feet away because I'm squishy. So
I think you should. I think if there a way of tweaking it at least a little bit would be to, like Lee says, change a few things how Warlocks have spells. But I would change Eldritch Blast to be more like the cleric spells, which are not roll to attack, but they're a save from the thing. So maybe make it a dex save from the enemy instead of having it roll to hit. Because most of the time, having played a cleric, most of the time those like Sacred Flame and things like that, it feels like there's a higher chance that they're not going to hit as well.
When you get to certain levels and you're against certain types of creature, you guys get to level 10 and you've got +9 +10 modifiers to hits on spells and attacks.
Yeah.
A C of a generic minion in a fight you're looking at a 13. So you're rolling less than a 3 to hit. To miss, sorry.
Yeah. Whereas if they're making a deck save, they're adding stuff to it. So I know because you end up getting more and more as you level up. So you end up getting 2 of them, then you get 3 of them and whatnot. But having that gives it more chance of just not being spammed as much. If there's a higher chance of it that it's going to miss, and there are more options, then it's going to be spammed a lot less.
I think more options is the thing.
Yeah, the chance of it not hitting as much though is just taking away the one thing that they can
Good at.
use. Yeah, it's like if you look at whenever I've used Eldritch Blast in things, usually the damage that I can do from Eldritch Blast is much lower than those of you that have like weapon abilities and things. It's kind of much less than that usually.
Is
I
it
wouldn't say so.
2d10 currently?
Yeah, it's 2d10 currently, which is more than anything that anyone else, really.
Yeah, but what you've got to think is I don't have any bonus attack actions either, so I can't attack twice like you all can. So it's like when Lewis is usually like, are you using a bonus action? The only thing that I can do in that at the minute that I've got is Misty Step. That's it.
Mhm.
Whereas you all can like attack again. I can't. I've got that one attack and that's it.
Good point.
Which is interesting because like one of my backup characters is a warlock, and I don't think they'd ever use Eldritch Blast because my head is back to the blade. So I imagine them being a lot more fighter in terms of their action economy most times. And yeah, others have used it pretty similar.
I suppose that's why it's a hot take.
I think Lou has a point though. It has the capacity to be very samey every turn because of how limited there are other things they can do.
I have never played D&D, so I can't speak as someone who plays a warlock, but I would get bored of it personally because everyone is running around doing all these different things, and I'm just standing there, although being effective, just pinging off Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast, Eldritch Blast. I'll stay.
Have you not noticed that with Eoth? I'm like, now every time I use it, guess what I'm going to use? Because that's the only thing I've got to use.
Having just selected that I am playing a warlock in our other campaign, then it's going to be the same. But I have to admit, role playing a warlock
fantastic.
There are so many different avenues that you can roll down.
It's no dig at being a warlock. It's a dig at how they're built combatly.
I think roleplay wise, they're up there with cleric and paladin in terms of what I enjoy roleplay. I imagine the relation you have with a patron.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next one, Martine?
I was about to say. Okay, so this one's from So You Want to Be a DM, who's on TikTok. He's really good. They're really good.
Shout out.
Check them out. They do a load of content for DMs and whatnot. So yeah, check them out. Immersion is overrated. Some will choose immersion over everyone having fun. It's important and fun in and of itself, but sometimes breaking immersion is the best thing you can do.
I agree.
I think we're all kind of on the same.
I think the amount of games that we're all in as people, like taking a moment to have a laugh at something and not just have to be. I mean, the last Wednesday session, you were giggling your fucking arse off at a moment where Ed was trying to roleplay, but it's just one of them things.
Yeah, even though it was putting you off. But I think for us, that's quite a tepid take, but that's just because it's us. I think for other people that are more hardcore, that would be a hot take.
There are a lot of people that are very hardcore, and that's each to their own. Each game is different, I think, with that kind of hot take.
I think it depends. Like, if you're trying to have like a really serious moment, like between two characters, and like it's like really emotional and big,
or like the 20th episode,
and people start laughing during it. I can understand why that would be quite annoying to break the immersion for that, but I don't think I feel like we're quite engaged.
I'd say it's maturity of the person as well. Because we're all adults, we're all mature. We know when we can be silly. We know when it's a serious moment. You know what I mean? Or when
most of us are mature.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
You. Well, no, not even you. Sometimes you.
No one.
Ed.
Huh?
You're not fully matured. You're not that extra mature cheddar.
There is a short out there on YouTube of you saying that someone gives back alley cheese jobs.
That was uploaded today. Go and find it on our socials.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think that's right. Like, it's just knowing when is the right time or when's like a. This or
I
that.
don't. I'm actually going to disagree with you on that. Knowing the right time I think it's more knowing the people.
Yeah, no, you're
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just that. It's that we all know each other as well. We all played together before, and we know how Lou DMs. We know how each other plays, and we also know each other's play. Our own personality, not just the character personalities, and we gel very, very well. I mean, that's why we're here. We all do gel very well. So we all have the same sort of instincts for that, for when things are a little bit funny and you do break the immersion. When those things are serious, we know each other enough that you can almost feel it coming in the moment because we know each other. Simple as.
I suppose that's why it's important to have session zeros
Mhm.
to manage expectations and know that you're all on the same page in that kind of regard.
If you're a DM and you're not throwing a session zero, then
You missed
Red
it.
flag.
who are you?
Yeah. Okay,
If it's
next
a
one.
group of people that have known each other for 15 years, yeah, cool, don't do a session zero, just tell people what the campaign is. But session zero, guys. Carry on.
Important. Cody Recorded on TikTok said, Dragonborn don't have tails. I don't know, that's not.
Oh, I suppose it's one of the distinctions between lizard folk and dragonborn, because they have
Oh,
the
is it?
potential to be somewhat similar. They're both scaled reptiles who can, but I mean, yeah, they have tails. Dragon folk don't, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, maybe there's some people out there that disagree then. And that's
I
hot
don't think they're
among
written
those
to have
people.
one, but I mean, I don't think it really matters if they do have one. Like,
If you
like,
want a tail,
I was
you
going
have
to
a
say,
tail.
I'm sure if one of us played a dragonborn or lizard folk and we did or did not want a tail, I don't think he'd mind.
No, stick to the rules, please.
Oh,
It's that same argument though with tieflings, isn't it? Of in the original book, it was only written that tieflings could be red, I think.
Okay.
And then people were like, "What does it matter if I want to be a blue tiefling? Like,
Legacy rules.
why does it matter?"
and
Yeah.
something about them
It's
always
that
having to
same
have
kind of
horns, and
argument,
they don't
isn't
have
it?
to have horns then if you don't want them to.
Yeah.
You know what? Everyone's different. You do you, boo. Samantha D&D drawing on TikTok says Rangers are far cooler than people give them credit for.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I agree.
I responded saying, as someone who played a Ranger as their first character, I agree, and I do. Why are you shaking your head?
Disagree.
Why? Is it just because I play one?
Yes. No. I've disliked
Yeah.
Rangers for the whole of D&D 5e. Because I
Why?
just dislike them. Because they're just a bit naff.
They weren't written great. And a lot of the subclasses are very subpar in terms of just everything else. All the other classes. But like, I played a ranger in a Frostwind campaign with a polar bear companion called Aurora, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Sam and Chat has said they get a pet, they're the best.
But the original version, the fact that you'd have to go out, it's very like World of Warcraft rules. You have to go out into the wild and try to find an animal. There was no bringing something back. So potentially,
Oh, it should be.
it's all about like this
Let 'em die.
magical bond you have with the creature, but they can die just like that. You can't give them anything. They're just a normal animal. You have to go find new ones. You don't care about them that much.
Actually, a ranger on World of Warcraft doesn't necessarily have to find their pet in the wild, so...
Oh, I thought they did. I take that back. Apologies.
You can get pet, like there's a separate thing where like regardless of what class you play, you can get pets in the wild anyway. What?
In the original World of Warcraft, you had to go and tame your pet, though, didn't you? Yeah, in the original one.
For Rangers.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Hunters on the original World of
Yeah.
Warcraft.
Hunters? No, you don't. I don't think.
I
You have to go
distinctly
out.
remember playing one and having to go find a fucking animal.
Tutorial.
Oh, maybe it is a tutorial.
I think it's part of the tutorial.
Maybe I didn't get very far.
I'm like, oh, that's not part of like going out into the world sort of thing. But you can go out and get new pets.
I like Rangers.
My opinion. I have to agree with Lou. I think they can be a little bit. They can be a little bit boring, but because that's how people play them. They play them as wood elves or half elves.
Everyone it's just people wanting to be Legolas, and no one's going to be as cool as Legolas and just give up.
The thing is that Rangers don't run like Legolas. I'm obviously a Lord of the Rings nerd. They don't run like Legolas, they run more like Aragorn.
What I'm saying is people want to be Legolas. So that's what that's why they're Rangers.
Legolas would not be.
But people want to be Legolas, and that is why they play it. And
well, they're playing the wrong class.
But it's weird though, because like I've looked into this. Like mechanically, play a fighter with a ranged weapon. Technically, you're a better ranged.
Is a better ranger
weapon fighter than a ranger, and that's really sad.
Ragnar, we love you. Hail, Sergey.
Hail, Sergey.
There you go.
Hey, Sergey, you're so fan.
Oh,
carry on.
Hey, Sergey. Hey. He, in fact, Legolas was an apostle of Sergey.
That is true.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Ragnar's fact of the day.
Yeah.
Next hot take.
Princess Rose said sorcerers should use Constitution for their casting stat.
I love this idea. I've seen this before. I think it's brilliant. As a class that's sorry. Yeah.
No, go on, you were talking. Go
on. For a class that's all about like something you're born with, or something that's part of you that you're like summoning from yourself. I think that'd be brilliant, and I think it'd be nice for them to be different from other magic users in a way. And like you don't use Constitution for anything else. I think that'd be quite nice. It's just
Sorcerers are just rubbish as well.
Oh, that too. I do agree with that.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Anyone that has played a sorcerer will absolutely know 100% for a fact, apart from Emma, that sorcerers are the worst magic users in D&D.
And it's not the idea of a sorcerer.
Not the idea of a sorcerer at all.
There's not enough meta magic points and not enough spells. Like, it's so like a lot of your abilities, you have to use 2 meta magic points. That is a significant investiture of meta magic points, and you don't have many.
I think for some of the subclasses it would be, but I think like when I played the wild magic one, I found that with the wild magic one, but playing the apparent mind as Maeve, I think is great. The apparent mind one.
Say that when we get to level 10 to 12 and everyone's doing really cool shit and you've got like 6 spells.
I've had to think very, very carefully for how I've built Zarathis so that he remains helpful, if I'm being honest, and like provides function as a sorcerer, because like they didn't really think about the spells and how they could be used with meta magic. Like, it's just, I want to like it. It's such a cool concept. Like, you know, magic is within you. It's not like wizards you have to learn or clerics you get it from a divine source. It's something that they are and they're born with, and they're just a bit meh. Like Storm Sorcery, I want to play a Storm Sorcerer. Love it. Hidden fancy of being Storm from the X-Men so much, but it's such a bad subclass. Like, you get It's all built around doing lightning damage. You get like 2 or 3 lightning spells over up to like level 20. It is honestly ridiculous. And like most of the time you have to be within melee range of your target for any to work. It makes no sense for a sorcerer to be anywhere near melee with any fighting creature.
I get that.
Just
That is honestly why I've multi-classed, because I know, like, I love sorcerers, I do.
Yeah.
But I know that it isn't the best and it does need fixing. But Lewis, you can, help me fix it when we get a bit more.
But then this is the thing, like they're saying with Storm, with Kef doing Path of the Storm, he can do so much more damage, and he doesn't with lightning and resistances to it as well, and he doesn't have any magic whatsoever.
They don't get cool lightning. They don't get lightning bolt. They don't get any of the major lightning or thunder damage spells in the game, and yet the entire subclass is built around them. What is that?
You're taking this very personally about stuff.
I want to play mud.
We completely veered off of what that hot take was, but yeah.
I like it. Constitution being their main stat. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Next one. I don't know.
Before we go off of that, one thing, I don't think that sorcerers should have to use an arcane focus, because it's
Agreed.
supposed to be in their
No, I
blood.
agree.
So
Agreed.
their blood or themselves, they shouldn't need to use an arcane focus. They should
I
be able
agree.
to
Yeah.
do it.
That's DM discretion, though. If someone said that to a DM, I'm sure there are many DMs that
Unless
would not have an issue with that.
Unless there's a material. Unless there's like a cost to the material.
Yeah,
they need,
of course.
I guess.
If there's a cost to something, then absolutely. But that's something that's consumed in a spell. So there you go. Heard it here first.
Milan Jazbinske. I fucking butchered that name.
We know.
I think there should be a Hell Knight subclass for Paladin, or Oath of Hell subclass, directly serving Asmodeus, the Lord of Nine Hells. Would be so cool.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's just a suggestion.
Yeah, it's like the death domain for cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's basically what they're saying. Basically what they're saying is, if a cleric can be a death domain or a war cleric, then paladin should not just be basically just lawful good or neutral. There should be an option to lean towards the evil.
Oathbreaker's close. Some of the abilities in that subclass is all about giving fiends and devils advantage and boosts, even when they're not on the same team as you.
Imagine.
I like that suggestion, though. That's fun.
Yeah. Something Lou can make.
This is from a Harry. Casters are better than martial classes.
Ooh.
I don't
know.
Oh, that's struck on it. That's okay.
I don't know how you can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's apple and oranges, isn't it?
It's
I think Magic does open up a lot of possibilities and options, but I think there's a reason that people love playing barbarians and fighters and rogues.
Up close and personal with a dagger in your hand.
Well, it's that
I think
thing.
it depends on what kind of character you want to play. Which one's going to be better. It's going to depend on what you like playing. Obviously, I like magic-y stuff, so I'm going to prefer playing a caster. But
maybe that's the weakness with Ranger, because it's not enough caster and it's not enough weapon. It's so little of both. It just it struggles.
And so that's the thing is you can't really say one is better than the other, because, like you say, it's apples and oranges, but you need a balance. I mean, take for example the starting of this campaign that we were doing. The one thing that when me and Lou were discussing bringing Kef in was we need another front line, because but Jeremiah was getting his ass handed to him in any combat that there was.
He never went down.
No, he never went down. But you were tanking all the hits.
Yeah, that was
and
unfortunate.
built to tank any of the hits.
I rolled badly when I came to Jeremiah. He was
Yeah.
not built to take a hit. He's a bit of a glass.
No, but you were the only one taking
Yeah,
hits
that is very true.
over and over because everyone else was standing back. So when we discussed it, we were like, there needs to be another melee character, a frontline, and we need to. That's why we also discussed that it had to be a paladin, had to be a fighter, be a barbarian, because it had to be a front-facing melee in combat tank that was going to take hits from Jeremiah and able to take them.
But to caveat that, clerics can be tanks.
Yeah, I was just going to say my favorite characters have always been like paladin, cleric, where you get the best.
You can have a party. You can have a party of 6 clerics that all can be completely different and serve a purpose, like a generic party of frontline, midline, healer, whatever.
But again, the argument there is saying, okay, casters are better than melee combat. But
it's better than what the hot take is casters are better than martial classes.
Oh, okay.
And a cleric is a caster.
Yeah.
Right. And it's probably better than most of the other classes at being a tank built correctly. You look at ACs that go up to 20 very easily.
Yeah. Like life domain. I mean, heavy armor straight off the bat, and like I think there's this thing called Heal Olympics where they track like how much healing everything can do and what's the best. Life domain cleric tops out the most because there's every healing spell they do. And there's like a subclass feature where they just get added on extra healing. Every healing spell they do.
I'm going to go with that hot take and say
I think
casters are better.
Okay, we'll go for a final one.
As long as it's not a sorcerer.
We'll go for a final one from Pig of Greed, who says all roles should be public, including the DMs. Fudging in any capacity ruins tension long term.
Completely disagree.
No,
100% disagree. 100%. I'll tell thee for why. As a DM, who I will very rarely be in a situation where I need to fudge a dice roll. But if I throw you guys into a random little combat, I do not want a TPK or a shit character death. I want character death to be a meaningful thing. I always want the threat of it. I always want there to be the feel of we could die at any moment. But if someone kills you out of the stupidest little thing and it's really meaningless, that doesn't sit well with me as a DM, and it doesn't sit well narratively, I don't think. So, no.
I have to agree with Luke, and I have actually adopted something in the games that I run for that Lou does with the death saves, because my players have actually they prefer it now over because it adds a certain amount of suspense that they can't see what they're rolling. So they they're sat there and they're engaged. And it's not just them that are engaged. Everybody else is looking at it and going, "What did they roll? Did they roll over? Did they roll over?" I'm not telling you. And it honestly keeps them hooked in that moment, and it gives them that gives them incentive to go and try and heal that person, get them back, so that they're not doing that because they genuinely just don't know. And I think in a moment like that, no one would know. You wouldn't know you're dying. They wouldn't know you're dying. In that, so yeah, I have to agree with Lee there.
The thing is, if I was doing a one shot that was like a meat grinder, like a White Plume Mountain, and that means nothing to a lot of people, but it is basically a one shot where the whole point is to see if you can get through it, and you're gonna die and you're gonna lose characters. If I was doing something like that, I don't care what time, what place the characters die. But in a campaign where the most important thing to me isn't the mechanics, it's the narrative, I think pointless death, and it's not meaningful.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off if like we were like 40 sessions deep, almost 2 years in, and then you die to like a fucking little
If it's
goblin spawn.
Exactly. If it as a random thing where you guys know it's a little side quest, you've gone into this little village and I'm filling time. It's nothing to do with the main quest. Whereas if you have an epic combat that is been built up for loads of sessions and one of the character dies, cool. I'm never gonna fudge a dice roll on those moments. But if like I don't want the little fucking Pee-wee fucking Boblin the Goblin killing you guys in random fucking village X that I've pulled out of my ass just to give you something to do. Like that's not fun. So no fully viewable roles for DMs.
Luke, can we please have an NPC of Boblin the Goblin?
Boblin the Goblin is like a famous name that people call goblins in 5e.
Yeah.
I need to
In
see
D&D
his name.
in general.
You said that was the last one, Martin.
Yeah. I could go through more, but I thought I'll cut it there because.
People are getting a little bit passionate now.
But
Sorry.
But I will say, if it does do well on YouTube and whatnot, then we've got more reason to get.
Are we on whatnot?
Context.
Mm.
What?
Nothing. Silly joke.
That was a shit joke, and nobody.
You
got
said
it.
if it does well on YouTube and whatnot. Doesn't matter.
I know what you're getting at, but it was still shit.
Absolutely fine. What are we moving on to?
I got a question for
Ed.
everyone.
Oh.
What class does everyone want to play next? Out of interest. I know we've got nothing coming up, but like, of all the classes,
What do you mean next? What do you know?
Is that in case
this
a character
this
death?
campaign will end at some point. But like, are there any classes that you've seen played that you want to play?
Ooh, good question.
Thank you. It
Yeah,
happens every once in a while.
I've been trying to dip my toe in like different. I think I would probably want to go barbarian.
I'd love you as a barbarian.
Does that mean you'll be bringing back the cheese one-shot voice?
I knew you were gonna fucking say
Yeah.
no.
I want to rage.
I'm going to rage. No,
You get so northern when you do that voice.
it's almost like they flow into one. There's no in between. No, but yeah, I think barbarian for me. I would.
I would like to try like Raising the Dead type feel character, like a wizard necromancer type vibe as like a bad guy ish. Or just Raising Dead, just loving life.
The bad guys is such a tough
I don't
thing.
mean to be. I don't mean
It
like
is
bad guy,
hard.
but as in like I think the complexity of the being a necromancer mage type character would be quite interesting, as in the backstory of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I think it'd be fun to play as well as a character. I think for me.
I think it's a bit of a cop out, but yeah, I was going to say wizard as well, but I don't mind playing a bard. I think bards are a little bit underrated. They're quite interesting, especially roleplay wise.
What do you call it? Bad. No.
Beyonce was a bard. No, Phelan was a cleric.
He's a
Green
cleric.
is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Is.
What do you mean? What? Yeah. Oh yeah. I think he just has that.
Emma just sticking with sorcerer.
No. I would probably pick another casting class just like I said, because I like magic. However, because I've played casters, I feel like other people would probably, I know Lewis would probably like to see me play something like a barbarian because it's different.
I'd love to see you as a barbarian.
You see, I'd love to see you try and play a paladin.
Why?
I think because I think you, I just think you'd hate it.
Wow, thanks. Thanks for wanting me to do something that I'd hate. Yeah,
I want to
thank
see you
you.
unhappy.
Yeah.
That's
Cheers.
it.
Thanks. Thanks.
I
for
bet you struggle, Ed, don't you? You've played every single character in the game.
So
He hasn't.
there's
No?
3 left.
Okay.
Fighter, Barbarian, and Warlock. Those are the 3 things I haven't. Oh, and Ranger that I haven't played for Blue. I do
Okay.
normally let Blue. Sorry. You were saying,
I was
Martin?
going to say it'd be interesting to see you as Barbarian.
I kind of want to play Warlock. I've got a really cool idea for a Warlock. That I think would be really fun to play. And it's actually been a really long time. But I think it depends. Lou typically chooses what my next class is. He chose Sorcerer for Curse of Strahd because he wants me to see something that isn't who isn't goal orientated, or I know he wasn't meant to be serious. I'm trying not to play him serious, but I don't know if I'm really doing that well.
He's sassy. He's very sassy, I give you that. I watch him, I'm like, the sass going off this guy.
And more words more than weapons or damage.
Cool.
But yeah, could be a barb.
And Lou, what kind of god would you like to play?
I've played every character type, so I just want to play.
Actually, I kind of also want to play Warlock because I like role playing with Lou. I kind of like the idea of having a patron and exploring that. I'm sure Lou would have loads of fun thinking of things to make my character do to keep the relationship going.
I have questions back at the marked ones.
Everyone assume your
One of them
characters.
is, how do you think your character may have changed personally since writing them or session 1, if they have at all, in a moral sense or in a confidence sense or in any sense like that?
Jeremiah wasn't meant to be as goal orientated as he was. I don't know if you all remember the start of the campaign. We were a bit all over the place a little bit in terms of what we were trying to achieve or do. And I think naturally I'm a bit of a goal orientated person, so I think I let that bleed for a bit. He also wasn't meant to be as open as he was. You weren't meant to know anything about his backstory until, I don't know, Act 2. So yeah, that didn't survive contact with the enemy.
I said, I mean, I kind of went over it before with having so many complicated characters already in, making Kef quite simple. He naturally had to sort of slowly develop who he was anyway, so that he could have those interactions with the characters. So he's drastically different from what he was written as, and he was an empty shell essentially. He was a cordial at the bottom of the glass, and we had guys to try and.
You're
You
cutting
might
out again.
explain out loud.
I think it's because
Bring it closer.
it's not that. It's because my computer's overheating.
Kill me, please.
Yeah, no. So it was kind of we. He was, like I said, like I tried to say, he was a cordial at the bottom of the glass. You guys were adding the water to make him who he was.
Nice.
That's cute. I feel like I've mentioned this like behind the scenes anyway. In terms of Pebbles, she started off how I sort of wrote her, and then we had like hiatuses because of life. And then we'd come back and I'd sort of slip into Pebbles just basically being me, but in a different font. And I wanted to, so I had to like refocus myself in terms of how I wanted Pebbles to be, in terms of like being more sarky, being more blunt, being more black and white, no pun intended, and just being more true to how I wrote her. So it's sort of I had to like recalibrate, so to say. But she's letting up a little bit in terms of her vulnerability. But I feel like she still does hold cards close to her chest.
Misha, Maeve.
When I'll let you go first.
No, I said Misha first, so you're up.
Okay. Yeah, it's for me. I think for Misha, it's a little bit like Kef, because obviously you don't really know much about his background, so he kind of evolved as the story's gone on and has found out more. So I think he's kind of stayed the same, and it's quite difficult to do when you're playing two different personalities as well. So when you're playing Misha and then you change, so obviously he still stays the same. You know what I mean? So it's not really. So it's just more like staying the same. I'd say so anyway, personally. So maybe 260 is maybe not as much of an arsehole maybe as what he first started.
Yeah,
I'd say
That's true.
Yeah, he's not. He seems to like us more now than he first did.
Yeah, because
Well, he just hides it better.
Yeah, no, I just thought, well, I wanted to play a bit more strict, but I thought if you got a character that's just an absolute complete knob, why would you want to stick with him? You know what I mean? You just leave him. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't make sense for him to be along with the party. You'd want to stick with the guy. So yeah,
I don't know, because there is that thought. I kind of liked in the first bit that there was that thing that we were sort of, we wanted Misha to come back.
Yeah.
Putting up with him to wait for
Putting
Misha.
up with him to wait for Misha, and it made it interesting, that, and then the length of time that you changes obviously differs. Is it a short term thing with Misha, or is he going to be here for a long time?
yeah,
And whatnot. That it kind of added to the okay. When's Misha coming now? You know, wait for when's Misha coming?
yeah.
Maeve.
Maeve, obviously, you weren't supposed to know that Maeve was Fae. She was supposed to be a wood elf, probably still up till now. And the reason that she changed, and I literally, when it happened, obviously she got fired, I was messaging Lewis, and I was like, I don't know what to do, because obviously you were all supposed to just think that she was a wood elf. But then I knew that she would be that upset about it that she would change into winter. So I was messaging Lewis and I was like, I don't know if should I be true to Maeve? Should I be true to the secret that she's trying to keep? What do I do with it? And we ended up going with play it true to Maeve, basically, which is why she changed. But till that point, she would still be pretending to be a wood elf to this point if she hadn't changed season. But it fit with who she is better. So I did it. The rest of it, Maeve was always meant to be Chaos incarnate. Because I am a Chaos gremlin and I wanted to go with that. So Maeve is all of my personalities rolled into one, which is wonderful. So yeah, depending on what season she's in, I get to play a different part of my personality, which is brilliant. But yeah, she was always meant to be chaotic. That, like, I have no idea how old Maeve is. I don't know how old she is. Don't know how long she's been around. That's another reason why she occasionally will come out with things. Like when something's said, you'll probably notice I'll be like she's mentioned about planes, I think, before and things like that. And it's because she could have been in the past, could have been in the future, who knows? Yeah. Yeah, so she were always made to be like that, and I think that was one of the things in the backstory, wasn't it, Lewis, that I read, that she could possibly know what happened in the past, but because the time in her brain is all mixed up of when time is, she could be telling you something that actually is 1,000 years in the future, or 2,000 years in the past. So it's all kind of muddled. But yeah, none of the, like, obviously for ages you were all asking me who her parents are. Is she a princess? All this. None of that was supposed to come out because it was supposed to be that she couldn't tell you. Obviously it made sense at the point to tell you all because it was becoming like a gelling issue, I guess. Or like interrupting the rest of the stuff that was what was going on, because that was all that was being asked and the kind of stuff, and it was not making sense. So that's kind of why all that came out earlier than it should have. But there is still a lot more there as well. Like I know you were saying that about the 2 pages earlier. Obviously Maeve has, technically I have written 2 backstories for Maeve because I've got the fake one and I've got the real one. So Maeve has 2 backstories. And I did break bits down for Lewis, but obviously because I'm a bit of a history and mythology nerd as well. Maeve has a lot of not just D&D lore baked into her. She has a lot of actual mythological lore baked in as well. So there is still lots of bits there that hasn't come out yet as well. So
Love it.
still more.
Yep.
And more chaos.
Mm-hmm. I've got one last question. If you guys, as actual people, were put into this world with this party, who would you be closest to and like the most? And who would you hate or like the least? So if you were transported as you, Martine, into Eldoria, Ephani.
Why would it matter where we are?
I'm saying
That's
if
basically just asking.
it's irrelevant.
Yeah, because that's like asking, like, who do you basically hate here, and who do you love here? And so, if you were transported, who would you like the most? Why would it matter where we are?
No, I was breaking it down for you to make sure that you'd understood what I was saying. What I'm saying is, personalities get on better with some people, don't get on with other people. Who would you get on with the most, and who would you get on with the least out of the characters? That's not asking who you dislike, whose character you dislike.
I thought you meant, like, when you said you as Martine, like, I thought you meant just me. Like, if we were all put there as individuals as we are, as people, not like as characters.
Yeah, you go in there and you are D&D characters, you as Martine. Who would you get on with the most out of the party, and who would you get on with the least?
I get you. I thought you meant us lot.
Like, I feel like this took too long to explain.
I wouldn't get on with Martine because it takes forever to explain things.
Who would you get on with out of the party? You, Martine. Not out of Emma, Ollie. There we go.
I understand.
I think for me, I would find I'd find Maeve frustrated with all the like this, that, like she's better than any politician, I'd say, and worming away out her questions, which infuriates me as a person. I'm like, you little shit, just answer me, answer it. But she doesn't. That's part of who she is. So that would drive me crazy. I don't know about who I'd like. I don't know. Probably Jeremiah's the more steady one, I think, of the group, as like he's not a kleptomaniac like Pebbles is, or he's not going to punch my face and if I say something wrong like Kef would, you know what I mean?
Thank you stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Good. It's good for me. That's my take anyway.
I'm actually going to say I think me would be the complete opposite of that. I like winding people, and I think me and Maeve would have a lot of fun winding people up. I think she would love it, and I would too. But I also think that Jeremiah can be a little bit too straight-laced in that, and it would be the authority figure that's trying to tell us off for doing something while we're sitting there giggling.
We never go to taverns. Like, Jeremiah grew up in taverns. Like, once you get some drink in him, he's plenty fun.
We have been to taverns. I was trying to get you to take bubbles and all sorts of things.
And he did. And he drew on...
He did open up that...
face.
He did.
I think it's if you look at it in the context of the group, though, is that he is the more straight. I'm not saying he is straight-laced. I'm saying he's more straight-laced, and that would he would be.
All of you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there is a sense of responsibility to kind of get this motley crew together and get them cohesive.
It's like, take an eye off Pebbles and she'll rob someone. Take an eye off Maeve and she might wander off to talk to some trees.
Or convince Kev to do something stupid.
I mean,
Yeah.
For that reason, mine would literally it would be Kev, because I could get up to all sorts of chaos with him. As I say, in real life, I am a chaos gremlin, so I would like that. And then I think, Jeremiah he's too much of an authority figure. I think for me, like, I feel like
you two naughty people don't want some authority.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he'd tell me. I feel like he'd tell us off and like things like that, and I don't like being told off or told what to do.
Told
So
off either of you.
I wouldn't like that.
It comes down to, because Ed is our dad. Ed is just our dad. Is what it is.
What's Lou?
God.
I feel like we could convince Lou into the chaos.
Yeah.
I feel like we could pull him over into the chaos. So. Don't lie, Lewis.
I can say that he can say no only once. You get a couple of drinks inside him, and then
He doesn't even need to drink.
Just watch the edge of his lips just curl into a smile, and that's it. He's gone. That's it. He's gone. You
I don't
know.
smile.
He says hi to his face.
He says go like that. I don't smile.
Little.
I don't think I would dislike any of your characters in person. I don't think all of them would like me.
Choose one.
You got to pick one. You can't be sat on
Yeah.
one.
That I would dislike.
No, you can't.
Get off the fence.
Such a dad thing to do, to be on that fence.
When did he become your dad?
Many night, a few
You're
weeks
all,
ago.
you're all older than
This
me,
is no. This is
Martine.
it was. I can't. It was a discussion we were having, and we basically
You're
called him a
all
dad.
older than me, other than Martine.
I always get this.
Oh, the baby.
Not by much. I think by a
The
couple
thing is,
months.
though, so we're all about a decade older than you as well.
Reese is
I will
3
hold my
decades
hands
older
up
than
do you know, like when you're in a situation and someone's like, "Oh, we need a grown-up," I will look around for a grown-up still. And I forget
Doesn't
that
surprise anyone.
I am the grown-up, and I'm still looking with everyone else like, "Oh yeah, we need a grown-up." Where?
I think Maeve now, I don't think would annoy me. Or I wouldn't gel well with. But I think original Maeve, where everything was an obfuscation and talking circles in people, that would drive me off the wall. Sorry.
No, you don't need to be sorry.
I think I
Who
get
made her like that?
I think I get on with Pebbles. I really like sarcasm and directness.
I can see that because
Yeah,
it's something that you guys don't actually know is that Eddie's incredibly sexy in real life. He's just
incredibly sexy.
sassy.
Sassy. I was going to say, it's not just in real
Ah.
life.
Sass. And can be quite sarcastic. So I think you
I
are.
am
you are a
I
there
am
that you.
so sarcastic.
Yes, you are.
I can see Ed and Pebble in the back of a tavern, absolutely just ripping everybody to shreds.
Yeah, definitely.
Martine?
I don't know. I keep trying to think, but I can't.
Oh, come on now, you can't be sitting on fence either.
Let's
I'm
say
not sitting
I
on
had
the fence.
to.
I'm sat on the side of the road. I don't know where I'm going.
I don't like any of you. Is that what you're saying?
Hate you all equally.
I think I would like. I'd like Misha. Fuck 260, but I'd like Misha.
Wow.
You want to fuck 260?
I'm gonna say we don't need to know about that bit. We didn't ask
not
for
what I
Snog,
meant.
Marry, Avoid.
No, we're not doing that.
Not what I meant.
You might be used to frostbite
Wow.
where Splinter will hurt.
No, but I think Misha is like, he's just up for doing stupid shit. Like at the beginning, where he'd let me like do a handstand and all to like get the cake out of him
Yeah.
and shit like that. I think that's quite fun. Who would I not like? I think because of how Jeremiah was at the beginning, in terms of being goal orientated, it felt like there wasn't enough time to like just have fun and enjoy the little things in life. And that obviously, but he's not like that as much anymore. So
He's coming out of his shell and
We
he's
don't have a
joining
goal.
the chaos.
We had so many time-sensitive goals in Eldoria.
you're chilling now.
It was like, do this before the next fog that kills so many people. Now it's just like, we're traveling in this direction. We have more time.
Yeah.
We've got 1,000 years now.
Yeah.
You're saying start giving you goals. Okay, I can do that. Time sensitive.
What about you, Lou? If you got
I
transport?
love them all equally.
No.
Yeah. No.
No.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
Come
don't
on.
do that.
No.
Come on. You can say Jeremiah.
I wasn't going to say Jeremiah.
I meant for not you wouldn't gel with.
No, I think I would gel with him. I think Misha is probably the one I wouldn't get on with the most, just because he's just a bit weird and out there. And I know you guys are all weird and out there, and I'm friends with all of you, but yeah, he's just a bit too random for me. I would be getting drunk in a corner with Maeve and Kef.
Told you would join in with the chaos.
What I do.
Told you.
Yeah.
Misha's too crazy.
You would. I can see it now because I can see it now. You would be just as bad as Maeve at getting Kef to do stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah would want to cook with you.
We could cook.
I think Misha at one point wanted to be a bag of holding, did he? He wanted to put a dead body.
Yeah.
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 That was Misha. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's like chaos, but Misha just had some really strange ideas that were out there.
Yeah.
That was
you
the
were going
last
to
question
swallow
I
them,
had.
weren't you? And then we were debating if you were going to open your jaw like a snake or if we were going to chop the body up and put it in piece by piece.
Yeah, we did have that conversation.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any questions?
I've got. It's more of it's a people question than an actual character question. So we do tend to take the mick a little bit when Ed, you slip into a different character voice of yours.
Yes.
Which is something I am now, because I've not done until Kef. I had not done a voice for a character, and now I do one for Kef, and I also do a slight one for Sandor, and still feel myself slipping into Kef if I'm trying to do Sandor. And I think last session we did here, I did it the other way around and slipped into it. So, how are you guys coping with Switch, especially Reese, who's got to do it, who doesn't know what he's going to be doing session to session?
Yeah.
Well, listen, if let me take this one, guys. So basically,
I hope that you're voicing an Ixia in your Barbarian voice just accidentally, because she's the sweetest, most timid little person. That Yorkshire beefcake voice comes out.
Full
Full of the flame.
Beefcake.
Full up flame.
Full up flame. My brother.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can take this one because I do lots every single session. It's annoying. It's so easy to slip in and out of voices. I props to all of you for doing bits and pieces that do it. It's hard.
I I use the Darren voice for humor, especially when I intentionally say American things like "y'all" and such. I didn't realize how much it had become part of my. That's how I express myself sometimes. So I do just slip into it sometimes without meaning to. And last session, I could not pull myself out of Darren's voice when trying to speak how I tried to sound like with Zarathis. That was really painful.
Hmm.
And then Martine, you were dying.
I know, I'm sorry. Do you ever accidentally fall into like the accents in real life?
Well, like a Tesco.
Yeah. Why not?
Hello, love.
I don't think I accidentally slip into Kef's voice in the middle of Tesco. I showed you before. I showed you before, right? To maintain Kef's voice, I have constant drink. I have soothers, and I have some like anti like numbing spray for my throat, just to maintain the voice. Sometimes
That's
Nice.
commitment. That
An issue.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Maybe find a safer way to do a voice.
Yeah. Maybe.
well, the thing is, it was all right at first. It was all right. It was all right at first, but the longer it's gone on, I think summer has not helped.
Now.
Summer's not helped with being very dry and having a fan on, and you know I have allergies as well to dust. So when the fan gets covered in dust, it does my
poor
throat.
thing. Oh,
Fucking nerd.
Yeah, well, yeah, duh.
you're getting beaten to shit by dust.
I'm getting beaten to shit by dust, right? So it takes a lot to do this fucking stupid voice.
I think for me, I've got like certain words. I think like what you're looking at for. I just think in my head for 260. So it's like what you looking at. Yeah. So if I remember them words, then I can get into that voice for me. I'm trying to think of Misha. Misha were like trying to be. Me and Lewis talked about it. We're like I tried to do him a bit more like Forrest Gumpy style. So it's like Jenny, you know what I mean? And then it's like trying to get into that voice. Then one for Misha. So yeah, I remember them two little words, and then I try to get into that voice. But I don't know how Lewis does it. Just jumps from one to the other and jumps different voices. It's quite a talent.
With ease.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a long time.
So what got me was because we've all heard Lou do various different voices. Cujo.
Yeah, I've tried to do
Never.
the accent. I can't do it.
I'd never heard you do an Australian accent. When it came out, we were just like, what
I'm saving it.
It's a Cujo now.
No.
It was
Do
funny
it
when
now.
I
in the
really
first
liked
session-
designing. Go on, Martin.
I was going to say in the first session, you'll notice if you watch it back, you started doing, I think it was a Russian accent, as a patron of the tavern that got some food from Jeremiah, and
Yeah.
I was laughing because I
remember you
your
laughing.
voices would just crack
It
me
was
up.
good. Very good.
I really liked designing Cujo's voice because he's a frog. I liked putting the little raspy sort of croakiness to his voice. I really enjoyed practicing it.
So look, we've
It was a lot
got
of fun.
people wanting you to do it now on
Yeah, you
chat.
have to do it now. You talk about it too much.
Yeah, you've got requests.
Hello, how are you?
Yay!
It's Cujo.
I love it.
Been a long time.
Oh,
Nice to see you.
I love it.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah. Dance, monkey dance.
bravo.
Yeah.
Dance a monkey dance.
I wouldn't be able to remember them all like you do. Do you know, like, to
I don't.
remember them for all the different characters and things and what
Luckily,
you make them
our
sound
sessions
like and
are
things?
on YouTube. So I will go back to a point and I will find the voice, and it's like as soon as I hear me say one word, I know what voice I've done to
Yeah.
deliver that. So
Yeah.
it's hard.
No, I know, yeah. Because I've obviously only done a voice once that I think only two of you in this have heard. Just you and Ed, wasn't
You
it?
did Irish, yep.
Yeah, I did.
That was really good.
And that I had to think about. But Irish heritage, aren't I? So I do slip into Irish if I'm speaking or arguing with people. So if you argue with me, I may sound Irish.
He's Northern.
I slip into Northern.
But my IRL group, we're currently having a discussion about we've got a rogue with a tabaxi rogue in ours. Because I live on the border of Merseyside, he's decided it's a Scouse rogue.
Oh no!
He just honestly, if you hear like medieval speak done with a Scouse accent, it's like Shakespeare. It's amazing.
Nice. I've got a
Emma,
question.
you're being requested.
You're being summoned to do
your
your
No, because I
Irish.
don't want to offend any Irish people because it
I'm
doesn't
probably
sound
offending
right.
frogs and Australian people when I do Cujos. So
And frogs.
No,
Yeah,
because I don't know what to
frogs
say.
and Australians,
So I'm not a performer like you, Lewis.
Halfway through a session, when Sergey
Your mic's completely cut out.
Yeah,
None of
yeah.
that
Just
except
Didn't hear
completely
any of
cut
that.
out for half of that.
If you do your Irish, I'll do my Darren.
I don't know what to say there.
Just read the chat. Just read the last 3 bits of chat.
No, you put me on the spot. I feel awkward now.
What were you saying? Ollie, what were you saying before you cut out?
Halfway through stream once, the followers of Sergey once said that Sergey would cure Kev's throat cancer.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah.
So you can easily do an Irish accent.
They did.
I've got a question
Go on.
for the group. It doesn't have to be in this the marked ones, but have you ever in stream made a decision and you instantly regretted it for your character? You thought, well, you shouldn't have.
Starting.
It's
What
to
did
be
you
the last
jump?
time you see Martine. She's made her intentions clear.
There we go.
I'll hide you off the display.
Yeah. Just beep, we'll be back. Just on the screen right now. We'll be back.
I'm only kidding. Oh no, Ed, you've actually taken me off.
I'm just
didn't even notice that.
helping.
Oh god.
Bring me back, I'm sorry.
Bring her back. Bring her back.
Bring
Bring
me
her
back.
back.
Bring me
Bring her
back.
back.
Oh god, that's amazing.
Hi again, guys. I'm
There
back.
she is.
And
Wow,
I've
that
been
looks
told
great.
that to tell you that I love this.
That looks
I love
great.
this, and I would never want anything else.
So when you said 5 seconds ago,
Oh god almighty. That is ace.
Good question though.
yeah.
I like it.
What was the question again?
Have you ever made a decision for your character that you instantly regretted? I love
Martin,
playing
everyone.
Martin.
Martin.
Fucking absolute batshit crazy.
I mean, I said it before. The voice.
You regret doing the voice?
That is, it takes so much upkeep to do
Imagine.
it.
Yeah.
There's a
Takes so
reason
much
I
upkeep to do it.
don't go for voices that are going to affect my throat and use them for a long time.
Ed?
I
Emma?
suppose the decision to share so much of the backstory so soon. I for a while I felt like there's nothing really new to find out about Jeremiah until I kind of reframed it in my mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
you didn't have that much backstory to begin with, so
Yeah, bless you.
No, he had the
Anyone
whole
else?
murder and everything that happened in the village, and the fact he got hunted, and the fact, yeah.
No other regrets?
You said that as if to say you should do.
And I don't.
No other mistakes that you made?
I can list all of them if you like me.
I've made mistakes with other characters, but I don't think I have with Maeve.
Yeah, it don't have to be with Maeve. Any other characters that you've thought, oh shit, I've made a mistake there, or
With one of my other characters, I decided to make her a dickhead, and she was too much of a dickhead.
right? Okay,
Basically,
fair. Yeah.
yeah, she was a dick.
Saying that with some purpose.
Yeah.
Like even I hated her. So
Okay. Your own character. Someone
I
killed
hated
her.
her. I
Someone
literally
killed her.
messaged Lewis and I was like, I don't want to play her anymore. I fucking hate her. I don't want to play.
We've got some questions in chat.
Do you all have backup characters?
No.
No.
Nope.
Ed's got about
That
90
is-
million
I
characters.
do have
you
backup
was-
characters.
The thing is that I've said, and anyone that's
He
played in
hasn't
games with
yet
me will, is I won't accept someone's backup character unless they fit into the part of the story that we're in. There's no point making a backup character unless you know exactly. If someone tells me, right, Lou, we're going to Zumanis and I would like my character to die at that point. Sure, you know when you're going to die and you can come to me with a backup character. But making a backup character in case you die is a tough thing because you could be on the fucking moon.
So, like,
And the character doesn't fit.
they're mostly character concepts that I find really interesting. Rather than like something specifically for campaign, I have some of the bigger backstories for them in terms of just scope, rather than like just like size, rather that I just consider backup characters because it's just and a few of them is just like depending where we are in the story. But like, if one of them's there, I'm not going to force to accept it. It's up to him to accept the character into this.
So it's more like for you, it's just you had a really good idea, so you write it down.
Basically,
Which is always a good idea, yeah.
and like
Yeah.
I've got so many of those, and like I've got a bard who seems really interesting, as much as I dislike bards. I've got an archaeologist warlock who I'm really excited by, or a barbarian who's inspired by Gloria from Modern Family.
Okay. Nice.
To be honest with you, I'm the same as Ed. I've got a lot of blank, empty shells of ideas on paper. So a class and race that I would think would go together in subclass and how I think they could work and things like that. No hashed out backstories because that can come to it in the end. Or if we have to put it into a context, get it there and then. But just ideas that I thought would be able to play, or just sometimes just that what I would think would be some of them I've just tried to go for thing possible. What could be the most broken thing I could possibly make?
That's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, I do have backup characters, but they are not per se backup for this. They're just fun ideas that I've had.
Yeah.
Do you guys I tend to sometimes have a voice in my head that like I'd like to use and then like build the
Should
character
go
around
and
that.
see someone.
Yeah. As in like
the third one you've told us about.
Side of madness.
Does it tell you to do anything?
No, just the accent. As in like I have an accent in my head and I think, oh, that'd be quite a cool
Right,
voice
do
to do.
NPCs.
Yeah, and then I think, oh, it'd be really good to build that character around that voice, for example, or whatever. Or the accent would be quite fun to do.
That's quite interesting, like building it around an accent.
Mm.
Of
I
all the
think
combats go on, carry on if you guys are still talking.
I was just going to say, like, I think because of what I do, like, because I'm used to coming up with concept kind of stuff, I would just wait and then just fly off whatever ideas came into my head at that moment, because there's always some 600 floating around in there somewhere.
Yes.
You see, I've heard people do the I've heard their voice and then I've built from that. I've heard people doing that before. For me, I have a picture of somebody. So I sit there and I have a picture. Right, okay. Who is this person? Right, it's a tiefling. Okay, what colour? Right, what are they wearing? Right, if they're wearing robes, right, okay, we're going caster. Right, what kind of caster are we going from there? And build it like that.
When I think about what class I want to play, which sometimes helps by Lewis telling me what to play.
That's helpful.
I'll go through the subclasses and I'll go through like Tasha's and Xanathar's books, because they have like little quirks and ideas on how this class came to be, or the subclass, and I'll just go through them all and wait for like inspiration to hit this like concept or idea out of nowhere, and I'll just build from there. And and a lot of it, like appearance and such, just window dressing. I get round to. So I
The
don't
next
really go for
question
visuals.
was, of all the combats you've done, which felt the most epic/dangerous?
The apocalypse, when we had to fight the god and the general. That was so fucking dire because Kef was fucking dead and Pebbles was pissing off the god. And the general was trying to kill us and he was doing damage. And it was like, oh shit, I think we're gonna die. I was getting ready to like distract the general so you guys could like.
Yeah, I do think that
It wasn't a bad one, that one. I think another one where Martine's character went down a few times, and it went especially when Lewis went, he's going to hit her again. And I think then there's a clip when Jeremiah went, oh shit, and they were like, oh my god.
No, that's the infamous that Lou still has that, but it goes,
yeah. I thought that
It
was
is that
really
moment.
yeah. I thought that for me that was like, oh my shit, it's gonna fucking go down here, and
just insta kill.
Yeah,
every time I keep healing Pebbles, she keeps getting knocked back down. What?
Yeah.
I think
one more stealth up. Sorry.
I think to answer the question, I think epic and dangerous. I think you can put them into two different things. I think the for me, because I wasn't with the fight in Eldoria because I was dead.
Yeah.
So Rika was the most dangerous for. We were just. It felt like we were hitting and hitting and hitting, and it was happening. And obviously she returned invisible, and then so that one felt the most dangerous. I think the most epic. Fighting the birds.
I was just about to say, I also think that might be one of the most dangerous. If at any
that was
point we
really
got
dangerous.
pushed, I was really, really worried about us falling off the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think any of us had anything that would save any of us. I was like, what the hell are we going to do?
Yeah,
I think there was a discussion, and I think Maeve said she was just going to try and land on one of us if it happened.
Probably.
To break the fall.
Yeah.
You see, for me, I think the most dangerous one because obviously I wasn't there for some of the Rico one and things. I wasn't there. The dangerous one for me felt like when we were in the Feywild, and all of a sudden he had us all in chains, and we didn't even get a chance to go into combat, and I was like, "Fuck, how do any of us get out of this?" And then when it went into the combat and things downstairs, it was like how do I get out?
Yeah, we had no weapons.
Yeah, it was like how do we get out of this situation? He's literally clicked his fingers, and all of us are powerless.
Yeah.
Then when we actually get out of it, we're all in handcuffs in cells with no weapons, no items to do anything with. And I was like, and then obviously in a dangerous part of the Feywild, I was like, how do we get out of here?
Yeah, how did we get out the cells?
Terrence
Terrence
and
and
Kef.
No, Terrence did
Knocking
the
doors down.
cuffs.
Kef broke all the doors down.
Kef broke all the doors down.
Did the doors. Kef broke the doors down, and then Terrence undid the cuffs.
But I think that was one of the things in that situation there. It was when he did the change things. I think it was a bit of an ooh. And for me, because I was sat there, and Kef was one of the last ones that ended up getting chained up, but he gave up, and it was the look on all of your faces when Kef gave up, and you will go like, okay, we know he can snap. He could probably snap chains just like that without thinking about it, and he's just given up. That is a bad sign. And I remember looking at all your faces, just you're proper like comically with that big gulp swallow down your throat, like.
I really like the next question. So, if no backup characters, which NPC would you want to take over? You can't have my boy Quentin. He's mine.
Oh.
No.
You can.
Is our character dead in this situation or still alive?
No, any character.
If they were still alive, I'd take over Damocles so that he could then go marry Maeve.
I knew that was going to happen. I was wondering when he'd make an appearance during this recap.
I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy that gave me 260 Misha night vision.
Oh
Dark
yeah,
vision.
God.
he were a funky character.
Put the goggles on. I
That guy.
because he was just fucking weird, and I loved it.
He slept inside Misha, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
I've-
all right.
I've-
Okay. My subconscious might be telling me something. I don't know.
He was violated. Misha was
I
violated.
think I've watched that shot so many times where he goes, I can't work with you here. You must leave. I think- what? You must leave.
It's either that or Maggie, because you know Maggie. Because Maggie is a badass, and
Maggie's
you
fun.
know she is.
Yeah.
Which one's your favourite NPC to play, Lou?
Favorite to play or just favorite?
Just the one that you enjoy actually playing, yeah.
Favorite to play is Maggie.
Okay.
Because it's a matter of, like, I don't care what I say or how I say it. I can say whatever I like, and you guys know, okay, it's just Maggie being weird again. I could talk about iPhones as Maggie, and no one would blink because it's just Maggie. My boy Quentin's my favourite NPC, obviously. Obviously. I love him.
Big up, Quent.
Oh, miss him. I miss him.
He's a
so
cute little character.
much.
I love him.
Good NPCs have come across.
I think
next
another one, if Maeve was dead, that I'd quite like to play is who's it? The general's granddaughter. Like, even though we've not met her, just the concept of her seems really fun.
Yep.
To play, so she seems like a fun one.
Yeah.
Who
I
was
really
the-
like Barnabas.
Which one's Barnabas now?
The one that had all them, the alchemist on the road, and we had
Oh,
these
yeah.
all in the town.
Who you kept giggling at because he had the blue potion in his bedroll. And you were like, what does he need that for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the NPC now? What, flirted with Jeremiah now? What was he called at
I
the
was
ball?
Silk. I was just thinking, I think I'd like to play Silk. Silk or the General. Or the god, or
But
who was the god we fought in the apocalypse?
I would have to look up his name, but I know who.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just had a flashback to the. I just had a flashback to Pebbles and the General dancing at the ball.
Yeah, no, that's what I was referring to before.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we go from dancing together to
Will they? Won't they?
Tied up his
Kill
turkey.
each other?
Could we make the last question, the next question, the last question? We're at 3.5
Freudian
hours.
Yeah.
What's one plot twist you hope happens?
I kind of hope that Jeremiah and Misha were alive in that first war and have somehow come forward in time somehow. I kind of hope that they were in that first war.
Okay.
That it was that those memories that I keep seeing,
That they are actual memories.
that it is actual memories, and that
actual thing.
it is Jeremiah. It's not just someone who looks like Jeremiah, that it is actually Jeremiah.
Okay.
Whether he's been like reborn or whatever. But yeah, I kind of hope that they were alive in that the first time around.
I kind of hope we encounter Maeve in the past.
Okay.
Who knows?
I think that'd be really fun.
Be interesting.
I don't even know.
One of my, I think, just a general twist, and this is something that I think would really quite interesting. That we seem to think that 260 was the original, and Misha was what happened afterwards. I would like to see it be some kind of mechanical, the get go, and he was always both.
Okay.
And he had some sort of split personality. And what's happened to him is that it can come out easier.
Your computer's screaming.
Yeah.
Wanting to die.
I've got another one.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Misha 260.
You are, sorry.
I've got another one for Misha 260 for a plot twist. That Misha was a human or other and has been transplanted into
So Dalek.
260's. I meant like consciousness transference or
Okay.
something.
I know what you're thinking.
I've got another one for Jeremiah. That Jeremiah's mums, because his two mums,
no.
are actually Maggie's two personalities that talk to each other.
Okay, that's
That is-
alright.
And that they
Wow.
match
Wild.
together.
That is out there.
That is wild.
And that's why that they get along. That it's Jeremiah's two mums' personalities that have collided into. Oh, she's like split herself or something.
Oh, what about if it's like?
Actually alive?
Oh, okay. I've got another one then.
I like they're like his mums are like the daughters of Maggie. They're like Maggie's daughters. She said that to kind of. So Maggie's your grandma.
Yeah, I'm about to say that'd be weird.
Yeah, but they're playing the part. You know what I mean?
All parts?
I've got one I think it'd be quite cool.
That's weird, right?
Well, that cool plot twist as Pebbles ends up killing her mum and dad and becomes a big bad and becomes the head of the Velvet Blade. And she becomes like, she backstabs everyone and so she's the bad guy.
But why would I have to kill my parents to do that? They literally are asking me to do
This
that.
is my plot twist. Back the fuck up.
Wow.
Oh shit.
I love it.
Plot twist.
Reese, I like
Ooh.
that, but it's all a fake out because she wants to use like the whole Velvet Blade to help us like that, and then she comes back in this epic hero mode. Now we're not doing that shit and fuck off, and she just stood there on her own.
Nice.
Yeah. Plot twist. All of Jeremiah's memories of Meridia and his mum's and all of that isn't real. And
It's all fake.
that's an illusion that he's been given to not question where he's come from.
Mm.
Because I'm
That
not.
would be
One of my
cute.
theories for who Jeremiah is, he's like a clone, or like that, or like grown in a test tube or that. And so they've given him these memories to not question where he's come from.
I'm going for like Winter Soldier, Captain America vibe that you've just been frozen for like however many years.
We will have to wait and see, is what Lou
We'll have
said now.
to. We'll have to wait and see. But we will end it there. It's been fun. Thank you everyone for putting in questions and sitting and watching. We will make some content. You hope Quentin is the BBG. Okay.
I don't.
No, I don't.
Kill us.
Yeah, no, because have you seen how badass he is? Fuck that.
It's fine. We've got Teddy. We'll hold a knife to his neck. If he doesn't let us go.
I'll look in his
Hostage
eyes and
situation.
Ready.
I'll look in his eyes and I'll say, "This isn't you, Quentin. This isn't you.
He just force chokes you.
Look at me, don't look at them. Look at me."
Thank you everyone for watching, and we will make some content out of this, some shorts and bits and pieces, something to put on YouTube. But much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoy it in whatever format you watched. And we will see you, some of us, on Wednesday for Curse of Strahd.